Hey everybody, welcome to Back Issues. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
This is a special episode, not just because we're doing Invincible, but also because this is a special episode thanks to Colton and his donation to a very, very important charity during a big thing that was happening on Twitter. Links in the description for all that. And we volunteered. Hey, we'll pick the episode and we'll do it. We were very close to a couple episodes that I did not want to make. But I'm happy to do Invincible.
So thank you, Colton.
Yeah, you
get
did
finger
it.
guns.
Yeah, exactly. Also, it's fortuitous because there is going to be an Invincible animated project that's coming, I think, this year, and if not, then definitely next year.
Okay.
It's an epic superhero adventure, which, of course, there's so few of those out there.
I'm sorry, a what?
Yeah, superhero. It's an extraordinary character with extraordinary abilities who, fights colorful villains and saves the day. Usually has a dual identity, that kind of thing.
What channel?
I don't know
is
about
this?
that.
Anyway, this is written by Robert Kirkman with art by Corey Walker and Ryan Otley. What we have here is the Ultimate Collection, which I'm going to make available in the description below this video if you want to pick it up, because it reads really fast.
Okay.
A lot happens, but it still reads at breakneck speed because once you
It's not filled with words.
Oh, no, it is.
Oh.
But the words run fast because they're all spoken by people who are not erudite or articulate.
Oh, okay.
It's very quick.
Okay.
The conceit of Invincible is 2003, Kirkman launches this superhero for Image. At that point, he's working at Image and he's a bigwig over there. Invincible appeared in other people's comics and then eventually got his own book. But the conceit was
Invincible's a
always
guy.
Invincible is the main character.
Okay.
He's the that's a superhero name, is Invincible.
Okay.
Invincible's real name is Mark Grayson. No relation to Dick or Rick Grayson in the DC universe.
Okay. Well, I would hope not.
Just a good name. Just a good,
Yeah.
strong name. So the idea here
Who's
is
his sidekick?
that's his father, and actually it'd be more like Invincible is his sidekick.
Wait, that's Invincible?
Invincible is this, yes.
Oh.
He's a kid.
That was not my guess.
He's a kid superhero. No, that's Omni-Man. And Omni-Man is Mark Grayson's father. And
I guess I kind of see it now. That kind of looks like an eye if you've got like the bottom part.
that's
and
the idea.
dot.
It's an eye. And it also looks exactly like the Image logo.
What?
Who'd have thought that? Invincible wanted, when he got his costume designed, he wanted it to go iconic. And the costume designer who is the Edna Mode of the Invincible universe was like, everybody wants to go with iconic. Describe iconic. Tell me what that means.
I like that it's Edna Mode because she didn't give him a cake.
It's not Edmund. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Well, Omni-Man
Well, it's
had
not
the
her,
kid.
but I'm
Yeah,
saying
it's true.
like, yeah.
Yeah. But, the idea here is it's basically like a new Spider-Man. It's a modern, young adult superhero that is for everyone. Or when I say everyone, I really mean people who read comic books. I am not in the least surprised that this resonated with so many people. This is a huge hit for a lot of comic readers, not only because Mark Grayson is a comic book reader himself, but also because he...
Oh, deep.
Yeah, but he's a hodgepodge of every comic book trope, superhero origin story you could
Oh, so
possibly imagine.
if you like any superhero, there's something you can like about him.
Yeah. Well, if you like Spider-Man, if you like an everyman who is also powerful, it'd be more like a Superman, relatable fart. So Superman is relatable, but not in the hands of lesser creatives.
I find it funny because it looks like there's a Batman character.
There is.
And there's an Elephant Man who kind of looks like the Rhino.
It is. Yeah. When you go through this, you're gonna be like, okay, so you're doing. Okay, that's that. You're doing that.
It's probably hard not to do that.
Well, that's the thing is
since
that,
so many things
Is this
have
meant
been
to be
done.
tongue-in-cheek? Is it a play on
It is.
superhero characters where it's taking them apart?
What's incredible is if this were written by Garth Ennis, it would just be The Boys, but it's not, and Kirkman is giving it a genuine effort.
Okay.
And so he takes the tongue-in-cheek nature of the subversive, let's make fun of superheroes in the modern day, and also makes it an original superhero story. And so he manages to have his cake and eat it too.
Right.
Literally that. There is a Justice League in this universe. The Justice League is just a one-to-one.
Yep.
Everyone on the Justice
Okay.
League, and you don't get any real backstory outside of their superficialities.
Yeah.
And that's all you need.
Omni-Man isn't the
Superman? No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
Omni-Man is his own He is Superman, but he's his own Superman.
But he's not the Justice League Superman, right?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He would be, but he didn't join.
It's like if in DC they were introducing a new character.
Yes.
And trying to get young people on board with this hip new character, but all the other ones already exist.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
they didn't exist.
Right.
This book created them.
Yes.
As if they had already existed
Right.
in this world.
So you get the context of it being part of a richer,
Yeah.
interconnected universe without any tie-ins.
Right. Well, plus you get to like discover it all at once.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Well, and also like, I'm thinking in terms of Robert Kirkman's approach to the book. He's like, I could do like an Invincible universe version of Batman and really play with it and do my own Batman. But like, why? Would it serve as a story? Does it help with Mark's journey? And won't it just be compared to Batman and every other Batman allegory out there? So I'll just make him like look like Batman, and that's all you get of him, because there's a Batman in these universe for a minute. There you go. Like, so he does that, and it's not really about that. It's more about the window dressing. But also Kirkman wants to, at the same time, tell a original superhero origin story and subvert the genre.
Yeah.
And I think it manages to walk that line fairly competently. So we meet Mark for the first time, of course, dropping a deuce while reading comic books, and his mother is banging on the door, basically saying like, "Stop!
Hurry up in there!
Stop jacking it!" And he's like, "Mom, I'm not jacking it. I'm dropping a deuce while I'm reading my comics."
That's what you would say if you were jacking it.
Well, I'm not this time. Okay, Mom, come on. By the way, we also do we have to Tarantino this a little bit. We got to go back. Because the actual opening of the
you
story
start out,
is
he's on a fantastical adventure.
It's Invincible. Boom, right out of the gate. And there's no reason for it at all. But anyway, Invincible's carrying this guy, and he's like, you really ruined my afternoon. And it's this seemingly innocuous-looking older guy wearing
You really ruined my afternoon of reading comics and taking a deuce.
Right, I mean, yeah, that's a full afternoon to me. But he's carrying this old dude in a giant like rig. It's got a ticking time bomb on it, and he just hurls him into the air, and he explodes.
Yikes.
Oh, so that guy's dead.
Oh, big time. Yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing is that it's published by Image, so it's like you have the iconic nature of Invincible. Like if you look at him, it's like teen superhero, fun, youthful, exuberant. Plus, like thanks to the art, it does have that like
It's
really
almost lighthearted.
It's very lighthearted, or at least it has that feel. And then boom,
Oh, this guy dies.
this guy dies. Someone explodes. People have sex. Like because it's Image, no comics code.
Right.
If one were less creative, they might say it's like if Spider-Man had no rating system. I necessarily would not say that, but it is very much like, well, if I didn't have to ever worry about the censors, I could tell a pretty unfettered superhero story and be as honest as I could. Because if I want to tell a story about a teenager, I'm going to be realistic about my parents and sex and power and death and all that stuff. And yet, within the context of like this horror show that is a hyper version of reality,
Right.
we have some optimism. Mark maintains his youthful optimism for a while.
Is this ongoing? This is still
It was
happening?
ongoing and ended.
So which
okay.
family member of his dies?
None of them.
Oh, other things happen.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's get into it.
For a while.
So this is volume 1.
Well, this is volume 1
How
of the
far does it
Ultimate
go?
Collection. It goes for like almost 10 years.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of this. Okay.
You know what? I think it does go for 10 years. I think it goes for like from 2003 to 2014.
Okay.
So 11 years of Invincible. And the other thing is complete story. And I think that's another reason why people like it.
Really?
Yeah. Mark ages
ends?
Okay.
and it ends.
Oh, okay.
And it ends pretty definitively. Not like Mark gets beaten to death. The end. Like,
Right, by a monster from outer space.
finally. Who doesn't love those timeless classics?
I love the fact that someone's wearing a Tool shirt, not only because the band is great, but because you know that person is a Tool.
Right. I do like Tool, but
I love Tool, but it's
you're wearing a shirt.
It's
wear
funny
that
if you're
shirt.
wearing a shirt that says Tool on it because you're like,
that's you. So yeah, Mark is he's a kind of a nerd, but he's like his skin is clear, he's pretty fit, so his life isn't miserable.
Right.
He isn't like a cartoon version of a nerd.
Right.
And he reads comics and he talks to his mom while he's dropping a deuce, like through the door.
Well, she addressed him. So.
Well, true. She did broach the subject.
Yeah.
So.
Mom, what do we have for dinner? Mark, are you trapping a deuce in there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm jerking it.
We have an open door policy here at the Grayson family. So Mark joins his mom for dinner, and he's like, hey, where's Dad? And then they have the TV on, and there's a Superman-type character like
Fighting a dragon.
and he goes,
awesome.
oh, that's where Dad is, because his dad is Omni-Man, the world's
So
greatest
is this-
superhero.
This is an open thing, like
Yeah.
Mom
knows that Dad's
Mark,
a superhero. Is
they-
Mom a superhero?
Mom is not a superhero. Mom's a regular person.
Mom's
And
Lois Lane.
Mom, no. Lois Lane has a job.
Oh.
No, Mark's mom is very sad because she's clearly like broken. Like that's my read. But I
Okay.
mean, when you meet her, she's all smiles and she's like, "Yay, woo!" and like and it's like a coping mechanism for her because her husband is the world's greatest superhero and like faces threats that would face every superhero in every comic book. So it's like, sure, he fights monsters and dragons, but he also fights like super scientists and world despots and alien invaders. Like he fights everything that a superhero would fight under the sun. So it all can happen.
Right.
And she has to hear about it and just hope he doesn't die. So when...
And try and have a normal life.
Yeah. And thankfully, Omni-Man has a nice connection with the U.S. government, so they're protected.
Yeah, but it's also the fact that, like, if he's off doing all of that kind of shit and she's just home.
Right. She's not having an affair. There's no.
No, what does she have?
Right. What else is left? Well,
That,
she's...
like, what does she bring to the table?
Yeah.
Well, she raises their
She
son.
raises a son. She loves him. They have a real relationship. And of course, Omni-Man's dual identity writes adventures about Omni-Man. Like he's a biographer essentially for Omni-Man.
Oh, not a reporter, but
No,
a biographer.
a biographer or a novelist. I should
Completely
say.
different from a reporter.
Very
Oh,
different.
yeah.
But also, but adjacent enough for you to go, uh-huh.
No, I see.
You didn't need to do like a tie-in or a backstory or anything like that. Like I get it. I know
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
And look at me take off these glasses.
He doesn't wear glasses. He's just like, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
If anybody thinks I'm Omni-Man, I'll just kill him. And Mark's gonna turn 17, and he's just
Okay.
kind of like, yeah, all right. I'm hoping one day I'll get powers.
One day I'll
like
get my
dad.
powers.
Yeah, one day my powers are coming in.
Yeah.
And he works for a crappy burger joint. Mark does, because he's a kid. He's a teenager. Dad
Yeah.
says you got to get a job. You got to build character. So after school, Mark is talking to his friend William, and William's like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" He's like, "Nah, I got to go to work. Remember, I have a crappy job at the burger place." He's like, "Right on." So he goes to the burger place, and he's gonna throw some garbage away, and he pitches the bag like into the dumpster, but it goes sailing into the air and off. It doesn't go out of orbit. It actually lands in London. But like the point is, it launches, and he
Okay.
goes, "Well, about time."
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he goes home, and Mom and Dad and Mark are all talking, and Mark, of course, Mom and Mark are at the table, and then Dad like super speeds in, like, "Hey kids, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? All right."
Well, dinner
Sorry.
looks great.
Yeah. No, sorry about that. I had to fight some asshole, and then Mark goes, "I think I got my superpowers," and Mom goes, "That's nice."
Oh.
Oh, good, another one leaving the nest.
Right. I mean, like,
Well, it's only the first. It's only her first one, right?
yeah,
I
that's
meant
true.
just like her husband and now her kid.
Yeah, like I'll have
They're
to put up
leaving
with
her in
their,
dust.
and she and indeed they do. Not like forever, but more like she has to deal with them all flying around and
Right.
coming and going whenever they please. So
That would drive me insane.
Oh yeah. Oh no. You'd be as broken as her. But so Mark is it's late at night. He can't sleep. He's like trying to test out his powers. He's like, Dad said that like I'm gonna pretty much get all of his powers, and I might one day be almost as strong as him someday. So let me give it a try. I mean, if I jump out the window and I don't fly, I'm still strong enough where I should not break my legs.
Unless I'm super strong and that makes me dense.
No. He's dense all right. So he jumps out the window and he just kind of floats there. He's like, yay! Like,
Nice.
we're having
Yay,
fun.
I'm floating.
Yeah, but also Kerrickman doesn't waste any time. He's like, I want to get to the story. Like,
Right.
yeah, he's got powers. It's fun. You've seen it 1,000 times. Moving on. So
Appreciate that.
some villains are robbing a bank, and then
as they
Mark
do.
jumps in to save the day wearing his makeshift Invincible costume. He doesn't have his name, and he doesn't have his costume yet. But
Okay.
he's got his powers.
Right
Got
now,
a
I'm
bandana.
Mark.
Yeah, well, Mark. No, so Mark just kicks their butts, and it's before school.
Yeah.
And then his dad shows up. He's in his civilian clothes. He's just like, "What are you doing? What do you got on there?" He's like, "It's my superhero costume until I get a new one. Until I get a real one." And his dad's like, "All right, come on. So then Mark's dad takes him to meet the tailor.
The guy who makes their costumes.
The guy who makes the costumes.
Yeah. Is it like a super meta material that...
No.
Okay.
No,
It's just cloth?
I'm sure it's made of some kind of like material.
Spandex.
Like
Yeah.
whatever the superheroes wear in
Right.
movies.
But it
and
doesn't
stuff.
have like magical properties.
No, there's no unstable molecules.
Right.
It's just a suit.
Okay.
And he's there.
I'm
'cause,
just
like,
good at designing them.
Yes, I'm a designer and a manufacturer. I'll just make you a new one when you tear the next one.
Cool.
But so we see the proto Invincible costume, which I'm
I was
convinced
gonna say this doesn't look like the costume he's wearing on the
it's
front.
not. It's the beginning. You know, it's
Yeah.
the start. He's like, okay, how's this? I'm sure it was a prototype. I'm sure it's part of like the designs for what they were gonna eventually come to for Invincible. But he's like, what is this? What are all these discs? He's got like all these
discs all over
It's
it.
like, what's that all about? He goes, I don't know. You know, just trying it out.
Trying stuff out.
I don't know. Pick them up, throw them,
But he's like, come on, man.
use your discs.
Give me a real costume, man. This sucks.
This is terrible. Mark's not disrespectful. He's just kind of like, he's like, I don't think I'm going for this. Plus the color scheme, like, nah.
Yeah, orange and yellow.
It's not very good. Rocket Racer has that. That sucks. So
And candy corn.
yeah, and candy corn. What am I, Halloween? No. So Omni-Man's got to go. He's like, all right, well, you guys figure this out. I got to go save the day. So he leaves, and you know, so they're talking about what to do. And Mark's like, I want to go iconic because Mark's also a comic book fan.
Right.
He likes superheroes. So he's
Right.
like, come on, yeah, we got to do this. And he's like, well, you got to work on your superhero name. You got to work on your costume. He's like, tell you what, why don't you come up with your name, come back to me, and then I'll come up with something to mirror the name.
Ah, okay.
He's like, okay, all right.
I need inspiration. You gotta give me
Exactly.
something.
Yeah, you're white kid with powers.
Yeah. What does that
is
look like?
Yeah, what does that look
I
like?
don't know what
I'm
that's
seeing it
supposed
right
to look
now.
like. You're telling me iconic,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't know what that.
It's called candy corn.
Yeah, I'm thinking orange and yellow. I'm thinking discs.
Yeah. Well, if you don't give me anything to work with, that's what you get. You
Right.
get discs and you get orange and
You
yellow.
get clearly a backup costume for another superhero that I had lying
You
around.
get the costume that no one likes so that it inspires them to come
Yes.
up with something better.
Exactly. Well, now you know from better. So
Yeah.
Mark goes to school, and you know there's some bully who's giving somebody a hard time. Mark's like, "Hey man, why don't you knock it
Finally,
off?"
I could do something.
Yeah, but he's not like a power hungry monster. He's just kind of like he just. That's the thing is don't expect the Garth Ennis shoe to drop.
Okay.
For this character.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Mark
so he's
is-
not gonna
Kill
punch
the
back
wall
the
through
guy's
someone's
face in.
No,
stomach.
Mark is he has a stable family from what he thinks. His dad is the greatest superhero on earth, so like that's been a good inspiration for him. He also
He doesn't have like the weight of responsibility forcing him to be a superhero.
No, well, he doesn't have the guilt of responsibility.
Yeah.
You see, Spider-Man has responsibility, but if he wasn't such a lunatic about it, maybe he'd have a happy moment once in a while. But so, you know, Mark's like, "Hey man, why don't you just stop? Just knock it off." The guy's like, "Oh, you want some?" And then Mark just like hits him against the locker, which indents the locker, and he's like, "You're done. Knock it off. Leave that kid alone from now on." And then
Nice.
Mark goes to the principal's office,
Yeah.
and the principal's like, "Mark,
Why are you fighting?
you're a senior. You got good grades. You're good. Like you have a upward trajectory for
Apparently you have
graduation.
superpowers.
Well, clearly you have superpowers. He doesn't say that, but he's like, you know, you have a plan. Stick to it. Don't get into fights, and don't make me have to involve myself. Like you've done this all by yourself. You don't need me coming in here and telling you what to do. Like just do your job." He goes, "And by the way, thank you for kicking that kid's ass. He's an asshole. But like, but don't let it go to your head.
Right. Don't do it again.
And don't do it again because like, look, yes, you did that and that was nice, but like you're not invincible." And he's like, "Oh, but I am invincible. That's my name."
But I feel invincible because I'm a
named me.
teenager.
Exactly. That's
Well,
the other
that
thing is
too,
that
yeah.
like the name mirrors the experience. So we see some bemasked would-be bank robbers who pull a heist. Like, and it's just like the book reads so fast because you're like, oh no, a team of people in ski masks with guns robbing a bank. I've seen that 10,000 times.
And it's not like there's a page of dialogue where they're giving like why they have to rob the
get it.
bank.
Yep.
Why do
It
they
doesn't
want it? Because
matter
they
why
want
they
more
want it.
money.
All
That's
their
why.
backstories,
They're
they all have
criminals.
particular names.
Yeah, we don't need to see. I don't care how clever you think you're going to be. I've seen it 1,000 times, 100 times more clever than whatever you're going to come up with. So
Just cut to the chase.
cut to the part where Mark shows up at the end in his true Invincible costume, holding their getaway car over their heads,
Yeah.
being like, "I'm going to kill you with this car if you don't give up." And they're like, "Okay."
Yeah. Well.
Fair enough.
So then we get a flashback to Mark's dad explaining to him where he comes from. He's like, "I think you need to know your dad's origin story."
Okay.
Tell me it's not an alien planet.
Yeah,
Yes, it's an alien planet.
Yep. Look at all these aliens flying around and stuff.
He's like, "I come from this place. It's called Viltrum. It's not unlike Earth, but we're all super strong like me.
But we have a blue sun.
And they don't talk about the color of the sun. Doesn't matter.
It looks yellow here, but
Yeah.
it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it could be the moon.
The sun is unrelated to their. Oh yeah, it's probably the moon.
The reality is it's unrelated.
Yeah.
It's unimportant. The color of the sun is not important. What's important here is that it's a race of Ubermenches, people who can't be killed and they can fly and do anything, you know.
Okay.
And what they realized after like having immortality, because they also can't like they don't. The older they get, the slower they age. So like once they get to like
A certain age, they just kind of cap.
for another like 1,000 or 2,000 or a million years. Or whatever.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So
They're
it's
around
like
for a while.
So once you get to
It's really bad for population, you know.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
once you get to like the age where you're the sexiest, then you just stop aging, you know, like a superhero. And so
They all have mustaches.
yeah, well, you know, because Mark's dad has a mustache.
Right.
And I think because Mark's dad is explaining the story to a 7-year-old Mark at the time,
Ah.
he's just imagining them all
They
looking
all
like
look
his
the
dad.
same.
It's
Yeah.
just a race of people with mustaches.
Yeah, they all have mustaches.
Men,
in
the women, everybody.
That's right. They're all dwarves. And but he talks about how, you know, with our longevity and our abilities, we came to peace like way early, and then we came up with these ideas for how to like help other planets, and so we spread out and we did this, that, and the other thing, and we created like a galactic government, and you know, and that was like 1,000 years ago. You know, like we'd done this, and then you know, and I used to be I was in stellar cartography essentially, but I was sick of not getting a chance to like go into the field and go to places and like learn and help other planets. And each planet was kind of assigned like a protector.
Kind of like
so-
the Green Lantern.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, so it's like this all one thing. And so he goes to Earth in like the 80s, and you know,
He says that Earth was deemed not ready for
their-
them to get the technology and stuff.
that's right. So
Like,
he's
it's kind of like Star Trek and the Federation. Earth is like a pre-warp civilization.
is.
They won't mess with it.
yeah.
We can't
the
go
Prime
there.
Directive.
They don't have
dictates-
superheroes yet. We'll mess everything up.
Well, that's the thing is that like when he gets there, he's like, I was not prepared for how messed up and crazy Earth is, because like every other day there was like a dragon or a supervillain or like a lava monster, and so I kept having to get involved. Like the sequence where he finally gets involved, like because he showed up to like infiltrate, right? He's like, because I can wait.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
what's 100 years of their civilization reaching whatever?
Right,
You know,
right.
I'll still be 35. So, but like the day one, he's like walking around amongst the earth, and like a piece of a building falls, and he like zips in to save it, you know, or save someone from it.
Yeah.
And
Like
and then
he
like
saves the space shuttle at one point.
well, he's just like, yeah, it just like every day there was another crisis and a new thing that I had to prevent.
Right.
You know, alien invaders, space shuttles having problems. And then one time there was a issue on a bridge and I met your mother. And it's cute because his mother is dressed like she's in the 80s.
Yeah, yeah.
So one day, since you're half Viltrumite, you're going to be like me.
How does he know?
Because, right, how does he know?
I'm assuming his race is super advanced.
Right.
So
well,
they like studied human biology and just figured out what would happen?
As long as you have sex with someone who looks like you, it
You'll-
should be fine.
then-
Yeah.
I don't
In our
have-
experience,
I don't- then I-
everyone on all the planets looks like us, but they don't have powers. And when you sleep with them, the kid comes out and gets like
Right.
some of the powers.
I am so certain about what you're gonna be and how your powers are gonna work. I'm gonna hype up a 7-year-old's hopes and dreams by being like, you're gonna be like me.
Right.
Like there isn't even a question about
I know
well,
for a
because your
fact.
mother is half human, what's gonna happen to me? Like even when Jonathan Kent was born from Lois and Superman, they were like, what's gonna happen? He's half human. Like, but with this, they're like, nope, doesn't matter. Viltrumites are so virile and so strong
yeah.
that whatever
It's gonna
it is,
overwhelm your mom's DNA.
trust me. And it does, because
Yeah.
he gets all his powers like day one, you know, and every day gets stronger. So that's the flashback, is that like, you know, my space dad,
Ah, cool, space dad.
my space dad, he's got and he's on a secret mission.
But he's here.
Yeah, well, he's from space, but he's here now, and he's protecting the Earth, and you know, and essentially like he started out as like kind of like a scientist, but you know, meeting his mom and saving the day every day, kind of like directed him off the mission.
Right.
And he kind of went native, so to speak.
Right. He decided he just liked Earth so much. He's like, I gotta help these people.
Well, it's
Great.
like,
he went native. How do they know? Oh, it's been 20 years.
well, that's the thing, is that the
Doesn't
Viltrumites
really matter
don't
to
even
us.
care. Like they're like, he's, as far as we're concerned, he's doing his job.
Exactly.
So you know, So that's the origin story for Omni-Man.
Okay.
And so
It's like Superman if Krypton didn't explode.
Yes. Well, and Krypton had a yellow sun.
Right, can't forget the color of that sun.
Well, it's just the fact that like the Kryptonians were regular people.
That's right, they have powers.
Yeah, like
Kryptonians
Superman
didn't
gets
have
powers because he's on Earth specifically.
Right.
So, so Mark is foiling another robbery. This time of a Toys R Us. Essentially, it's a fake Toys R Us. It's the in-universe Toys
Be
Wee, something like
Toys Be Wee.
Yeah, because gotta do the thing.
It's gotta be different.
It's not U-Haul, it's Me-Haul. It's not Dunkin' Donuts, it's Dorkin' Donuts.
There appears to be, he's got posters in his room of
Science Dog. That's his favorite superhero. It's his favorite comic book character.
And what is this one? Is that a Spawn ripoff?
I think it is.
Like Sprawn or
Super Prawn.
Well, what's funny is like the Image universe is also like kind of in this.
Oh.
So eventually they will attend a funeral to which like Savage...
Not for Science Dog!
No, Science Dog isn't real. He's fake. He's a comic book character. But
so is Omni-Man.
no,
Omni-Man
for us, yes. But
Yeah,
in
but
their
in
universe,
he's a real.
But Savage Dragon, Shadowhawk, and like all these other characters,
show up.
like they're at the funeral, and you're like,
Oh.
is this in the Image United universe? Like, what does this mean?
What?
I mean, Invincible
How
doesn't.
come they don't ever reference anything that's happening there?
And then eventually the book becomes its own book, and there is absolutely no goddamn way
Right.
that those
So that was
universes
just-
are connected. So
They
it's just like
they didn't know at the time that they did that, I guess. that it
I'm
wasn't-
sure Kirkman had some idea because Kirkman is no
It's
stranger,
probably
as
just
you know
a
from
wink or
Walking
a
Dead.
nod, just like, hey, they're there.
Well, and they interact and they team up and stuff sometimes.
Oh, so it's more than
It
the
definitely
funeral.
sounds like they were supposed to be in that universe, and then they decided like, nah.
I think it was just Kirkman being like, I don't give a shit.
Right, none of it matters.
And I want to put
It's a fake made up thing. I can do whatever I want.
Exactly. Like, no one's going to bitch at me if, like, we cut to 1,000 years in the future in Invincible and Savage Dragon is not addressed. Sure, it happened. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Get off my back.
Who cares?
So there's this big blue dude, and he's stealing some electronics from the fake Toys R Us, and Mark shows up, and he was in a hurry, so he only wore his pajamas. And he
classic superhero mistake. Now he knows their identity.
he doesn't give a shit. He's a big blue dude with a nose ring. He doesn't know anything. But like, so Mark's fighting him, and then the teen team shows up, which is another super teen, obviously Teen Titans allegory, but like unlike
That's Starfire.
that's Atom Eve.
Ah,
Get it?
I get it.
And the rest of the teams like Robot and Duplicate.
Cool.
Yeah. But there is no one-to-one. It's not like there's one's a changeling
right.
and one's a...
It's not that on the nose.
No, the rest of them are pretty much from Earth. Except for Robot, but he's like a robot.
Okay.
All right.
So
Cool.
they show up.
So they show up and they ultimately beat...
They're like, oh, you're a teen as well.
Right, and they basically... They're proudly like, well, you're here. You want to join the team? And he's like, well, I got a lot of work. Like, I got a lot of schoolwork. I'm trying to graduate. So like, hey, Adam Eve, you look really familiar. Do I know you? She's like, nope. He's like, okay, bye. So they leave. And then immediately the next day in school, he sees Adam Eve, and he's like, hey, it's you. I knew I recognized you. And she's like, yep, it's me.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
It's kind of weird that you didn't recognize me, like, for real.
Right.
Like, I go to your school, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, how
Maybe it's a
many
really
people do you
big school.
recognize?
I don't know.
It's a pretty big school.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, hey, yeah, you. Your name's Mark? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, well, my civilian identity is Samantha. Another thing that's interesting that the Kirkman does in this book is he does not organically weave in the characters' names or inorganically weave in their names. Where he's
Right.
like, excuse me, aren't you Samantha from my class? And she's like, yes,
Yeah.
Mark. Like, no. So you have to really, like, if you don't...
It seems like he's almost doing a thing here where he doesn't want to admit that he doesn't know her name. He's like, "It's you," and she says, "You're Mark, right?"
He's like,
but he would have to like ask her name, which would admit that he doesn't know her name.
Yes.
So maybe that's why.
It could be. I would not put it past him.
Which would also be why he like, I kind of recognize you,
But I don't.
but I don't.
But I don't because I don't really know you. So then Mark and Samantha leave. School's over, and she's like, "You want to go like be a superhero?" And she's like, "Yeah." So she goes to the dumpster behind the cafeteria, and that's where she goes every time she wants to transform. And essentially, she just uses her powers. There's actually a scene in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, which shows Firestar and Iceman can change their costumes by blasting their powers from their feet to their shoulders, and their costumes just appear on them. There's actually a trope that they'll do in cartoons because they don't want to have a scene where a character leaves and then comes back, having taken time to change their costume. Storm does it in the opening pilot for the X-Men animated series in '92, where she just shoots lightning at her feet and up to her shoulder blades, and boom, she's got her costume on. I'm like, no. But because Invincible is super fast, and Adam Eve's powers are, atom-related, she can just alter the atoms of her clothing to become the costume. But she basically does that trope where she's like, I got my costume on.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, and I'm fast. So they go to the headquarters of the teen team, and they bump into Robot. And Robot's kind of like the Martian Manhunter of the team. He's like, he is the elder statesman. Like, he's strong, and he's smart, and he's like...
I've been
not a
around. I know what's
teenager.
going
He's
on.
not a teenager, and
He's like mature.
That's right, and he kind of like coordinates the team, and he also is an asshole. I hate Robot, and every time I read about Robot, I'm like, God damn it, because Robot is
Outta
such,
here, Robot.
you know what it is, and it's not like Data or like David, where it's like it's a cold robot, and we're doing this thing where like they're emotional. No, he's just kind of like a snob, like he's and not like funny like Bender.
You
Whereas if
gross
meet-
flesh beings.
Right, like Machine Man or Bender. No, this is more like he just talks down to you all the time. And you just-
Bender if he wasn't funny. And
yeah, like I feel his condescension.
Where there's no
Interesting.
reason for it.
Yeah,
He just is.
That's right.
and you want to yell at him and be like, what makes you so great?
right. And
So I'm a
that's,
robot.
That's how I feel about Robot. I'm just like, fuck you,
Interesting.
Robot. So anyway, Robot's
Sounds
like,
like somebody's prejudiced against robots.
oh no, come at me.
Robots.
Come at me, fake robots.
Your Google Home is going to
Yeah, it's gonna be
mess
like,
with you now.
Oh, you don't like robots, huh?
All right, alarm at 3 a.m.
coming at you.
What else, bitch? I wonder if we can activate people's Googles by saying, hey, Google.
Alexa, play Funky Town. Gotcha. Anyway, Robot's like, I analyzed some
Data.
and now I know where the blue guys are that you need to fight. And so the
Hey, what are you doing? That's our voice. You
Oh,
don't
I'm
get to use my
sorry.
voice.
Yeah, we're gonna do this now. So Adam and Invincible jump on the hover bike with Robot, and they go to the headquarters of them and just
They
beat the
punch
shit
them and
out of
stuff.
them.
Okay, so there are two of them.
Yeah, there are two of them. One's a clone of the other.
The book's not. You don't need to explain every.
No, but
character.
they do become like important characters later on. But
okay.
like right now, they're just. The book is so amazing in its ability to be like, here, and it's like it happens so much. Like here's a character, here's another character, and they look so distinct.
Yeah.
And some of them will like die in the next page, or some of them will like never appear again, and others will become major characters. They'll be around the next 100 issues.
Why the fuck is Charlie Brown in the book?
Charlie Brown is definitely in the book.
That is Charlie friggin' Brown. Well,
That's
why not?
cool.
Haha, get it, Charlie Brown. Hey.
Twin Pines Mall.
Yep. Oh, somebody saw Back to the Future. So they beat the crap out of these guys, and Robot's like, you sure you don't want to join the team? And he's like, I mean, if it's going to be this easy all the time, like,
Yeah.
maybe this isn't a problem. Meanwhile, at the Twin Pines Mall, there's this like kid who goes to Mark's and Samantha's school who went missing. And when he wakes up at the mall, he opens his shirt, and he's got that vest we saw in the very beginning of the story, the bomb vest. And he's like, what the fuck? And then the mall explodes.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like 1 second left on it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he just wakes up on a bench.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Right? So the principal is talking about how there's a couple of kids that are missing, and be a buddy to each other, that kind of thing. And so Mark and Adam are kind of so Mark and Samantha are talking about like what they should do, and they don't really have too much concern for the missing kids. They're just more like talking about how they're superheroes and how much they like it.
Right.
And how one of the members of the teen teams, Rex, is dating Samantha, and Samantha reminds Mark of that like every other minute.
Right.
Like, hey, by
so,
the
like,
way-
he doesn't get any ideas.
Yeah, and Mark's like, okay,
Sure.
you don't have to bust my balls. I get it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He
I
literally-
wouldn't bust your balls. That's what I would do to Rex.
Okay.
Sexually.
Yeah, no.
My boyfriend.
Yeah, no, I get it. Good luck with all that. So anyway, yeah, but there's some sexual tension, I guess.
Yeah.
Or at least there is on Mark's side. Mark
Right.
makes a comment of talking about how sexy she is. And
Yeah.
She's like, well, I have a boyfriend, though. And he's like, yeah.
Okay.
Of course. Haha. Sorry.
Okay.
So
Jeez.
then they're,
I'm
they're
just hoping you'd be my Mary Jane.
right? Come
Yeah,
on, you're
but I
right
guess
here.
not, so-
No, fine. So, but then they have lunch together anyway, and they just kind of hang out.
Right.
And
if you're dating him, how come I never fucking see him?
right.
Well, he doesn't go
Oh,
to
he's like
school.
22.
Right, exactly.
He's in college. He's got a car.
Well, maybe he just goes to a different school. We never really addressed the mechanics of their relationship.
Okay.
But, so Mark leaves to go to, school's over. He goes to work back at the burger place. And
Nope.
And he's doing his thing at the grill.
I'm sorry. You're a superhero now. You would not work at a burger joint.
So he's working at the burger place, and the boss comes in and he goes, "Hey, Mark, what's taking so long with these flipping burgers?" And he's like, "I'm just, taking my time. I'm just trying to make them good." He goes, "Well, an impatient customer is an unhappy customer. You want happy customers?" He goes, "I quit."
Yay.
He goes, "You know what? I don't need to do this anymore. Here you go. Bye." And he just leaves. And he goes, "My dad is going to kill me."
Yeah, man.
So then he goes back home, and Dad's helping set the table. And he goes, "Hey, Mark, I was thinking, you're a goddamn superhero now. You don't need to be flipping burgers. You and me, we're going to go on patrol." He goes,
Funny you mention that.
"No," he just goes, "Good idea. Good call, Dad."
I'll quit tomorrow.
I have a feeling that job won't be around much longer. So then, Dad invites him to go on patrol together.
Nice.
So the two of them are like flying around.
This is way easier than anybody's origin story ever is. What is happening?
Exactly. It's just like it's Kirkman. So he's like, well, if I'm gonna do a zombie story, I'm gonna do something you've never seen before. Or,
Yeah.
come on, you know all this shit already.
Yeah.
Like the tropes.
Like I'm making it easy.
You know what doesn't happen? It's like life is always unrealistically
Difficult
against you
and-
constantly.
Yeah.
Like sometimes things just weren't.
right? No, Charlie Brown is not the main character. He's an extra in one of these panels. He's not our superhero who's constantly having the football taken away from him. Our hero has a good family and
Yeah.
friends and possible options for girlfriends. If Rex screws up. So they're flying around and they're talking, father-son kind of stuff. And then Dad's like, "Be right back." And he goes back. He's like, "Okay, hey, sorry, there was a chemical fire at the university." And he's like, "Okay."
How'd you know that?
So
I got a beeper.
That's cool.
he does have a beeper. That's
I saw
from
it.
the CIA that tells him, hey, well, from the Pentagon, I should say. It says like, hey, the thing. But he also superheroing, so he knows. So they stop for hot dogs just to hang out and like chat, and Dad's like, "I gotta go." Phoom. Phoom. Okay, I'm actually gonna need your help on this one.
Whoa.
So then the two of them team up to fight like alien invaders.
Whoa.
The Earth is just literally being invaded by little green spacemen.
They're being bombarded.
Yeah, no, it's a straight up alien invasion.
It looks like the military's
Yeah,
fighting
the US
back.
Air Force
so
involved.
It's
So
a
like
whole
there's
thing.
There's a dogfight happening with spaceships and crap.
That's cool.
And two Supermen are like flying around. Invincible's grabbing a couple, like taking off their helmets, and they're just these like beady-eyed, be-antennaed green men being like, "Ah,
Okay.
I am iconic. I am an alien.
yeah, I am an alien. I am from Mars." They're not, but like, so actually they're from another. They're interdimensional beings.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that from Indiana Jones 4?
We didn't need that.
And the whole thing is they're aliens. And then at the end, Spielberg remembered he made like 4 alien movies and was like, "I don't want to be known as the alien movie guy."
That's too on the nose. What?
They're not aliens.
What?
Never mind.
But the movie's already bad.
You just made it weirder. It was already weird that they were aliens.
Now
Now you're
it's-
going even weirder?
Yeah.
What?
It was weird and bad, and now it's both.
Ants.
Yeah, how about some giant man-eating ants? Mance. Fuck you. No wonder he doesn't want to direct the next one. So
Well, they are interdimensional beings. You weren't kidding.
I know. No, I'm telling you, they really are dimensional beings.
That was a joke. I thought that was a funny joke you made.
It's both now.
I got you.
So anyway, Invincible and Omni-Man kick the crap
So
out
Mark
of
and
these.
his dad.
Yeah, Mark and his dad are kicking the crap out of these aliens or interdimensional beings, and like with each being that Omni-Man faces, he gets more and more like agitated and angry. He's like just wrecking them, and then Mark's like, "Yo, Dad, what are you doing, man?" And he's like, "Oh, sorry, son. I just kind of lost my head for a minute, but I'm okay."
When they're like getting overwhelmed a little bit.
Yeah, it's like he got a little like, "Ugh."
Yeah, there's so
What are the
many of
prejudices
them.
against these guys?
Well, maybe he felt weak for a moment.
He used to get off my planet.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
They also mentioned that they're like aging. Like,
Yeah,
really
when he takes the
fast.
helmet off, they age fast.
Yeah.
Well, that's important because one or two of them like open up a portal, presumably into their home dimension.
Right.
They're trying to leave, and Mark makes a good point. He's like, "They're leaving."
Let them leave.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right, good point, fair enough." And Mark has like a lot of these ideas where he's like, "Hey, wait a minute. the superhero would fight them. The psychopath would slaughter them all.
Right.
But if they want to leave, just let them.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over.
They're retreating.
Right. And they know what's waiting for them on the other side now. Mm-hmm. So they do. Like, they just let them leave.
Okay.
And
It's interesting that they age super fast when their race doesn't.
when they come to this dimension.
Well, this dimension, yes, but Mark and his dad don't. Well, I assumed it had some kind of connection with the two species, like one ages fast, one doesn't.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Like maybe they're enemies, like maybe that's why his dad got really riled up.
Right.
Like, I've seen them before.
Yeah. Well, the only thing that happens that's important is that during another skirmish, Omni-Man is captured by one of the aliens and taken to another dimension.
Oh.
And he's gone for like, I think 2 or 3 days.
Oh, wow.
But in their dimension, he's gone for like 8 months.
Oh.
So time passes slower in that dimension than here.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So it's like while they're in this dimension, they age faster because time doesn't affect them the same way in this dimension versus that dimension.
Okay.
All right.
Which is why, But so Omni-Man hears one of the bombs that have been happening.
Okay.
And so he goes to the mall where yet another missing teen from Mark's school is waking up and outfitted with another like chest bomb.
Yeah.
And Mark's dad says, "Quick, who did this to you?" And he goes, I don't even know. What did what to me?" And he goes, "Yeah." He's got like a second
There's
left.
3 seconds left, yeah.
Yeah.
These kids wake up way too close.
Yeah, so he just whips him into the air and he explodes. And Mark goes, "That kid went to my school too." And Omni-Man's like, "That's interesting because," and then like the interdimensional beings take him. And then Mark goes, "Dang it." Then he goes home and he tells Mom, and Mom's like, "Well, I guess that more pork chops for us."
I see what you mean with her being
Right?
broken. Like, she won't react.
Just
Just,
Dad's been kidnapped by space aliens or interdimensional beings.
oh.
More for us, I guess, for dinner.
Yeah.
If
No,
I felt
can't-
anything, I'd lose my mind.
Yes.
I can't react.
Yep,
Yeah.
I've turned it off.
Well, this happens every day.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times he zips into dinner?
Yeah.
I never know if he's going to be here.
Well, and how many times he hasn't?
Yep. And I just have to hope he's okay
Right?
and
Yeah.
move on.
By the way, no affair.
Okay.
Well, no.
Again,
Okay.
Ennis.
It's just,
How about this? He has 12 affairs. He's so fat. And he has space herpes. And it makes your emotions go away.
Oh, I infected your mom with space herpes.
oh, that explains
That
it.
explains it. But no, just
Nope.
So Invincible shows up to the team headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
And Robot's like, hey, I'm Robot. I'm annoying. And they're doing their thing.
Right,
Okay.
so Invincible and Samantha, Mark and Samantha are
Mark and
saying
Samantha.
like, all these kids go to our school.
Right. So they're talking about the case more or less. What's going on? What can we do? Robot's like, well, I'll use my computer brain to like come up with some connections.
Okay.
I am not a detective, but I am the next best thing. A fucking robot. So here you go.
All right.
I really wish he called them meatbags.
No, it's not funny.
He doesn't seem like an asshole yet. I don't know where you're getting this from.
You know what it
He
is?
seems
Maybe
like
I just have
normal.
I have a predisposition
Yeah,
against
of
robots.
course you would say that.
Yeah. I don't see what the problem is. I
Yeah,
don't
he
like
just seems like a
robots.
normal guy. I don't know.
Well, he seems very logical.
His only contributions are like this kind of like stoic, separated condescension. I don't know. I read a real attitude off a robot.
Maybe it's because
that
his
is very
face has a
interesting.
smile.
Yeah, it's a little sinister.
This look is like a douchebag look.
Right, and that's
It's
the
like,
thing. It's
meh.
always on. It's just like
Oh, and he's got
you know
like
what
a
it is?
weird robot man bun.
Maybe it could be. I mean, the man bun notwithstanding, I think maybe it's the half smirk and the
He is always smirking.
constant information where he's like, "Here's the facts of the situation," and it's like, "Yeah, thanks."
Yeah,
I get
he's a
it.
robot.
I know.
He's acting robotic.
Right.
But he doesn't want to be human like Data, so it pisses me off.
He doesn't recognize the inherent value of being a human. What a piece
He
of
doesn't
shit.
realize how messed up he is.
He shouldn't exist.
How great emotions are.
Yeah.
Oh God.
But if he did have them, he'd go mad and kill us all.
It's
so-
awfully humanist of you.
It is. I'm a humanist. Maybe the last one. What movie am I referencing? Let us know in the comments down below.
So we get Rex like,
Yeah, he's like, oh hey, it's Invincible. What's going on, Invincible? Nice to see you. Me and Adam Eve here, we're just making out. And she's like,
yeah.
Not in the base.
Seemingly.
yeah, not in front of Invincible.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. Stop.
Yeah. So Mark comes home, and his mom's like, hey,
You seen your dad yet?
well, no. She's more like, you didn't come home. And he's like, yeah, no, I went to the team headquarters, and she's like,
I take this shit from your dad. I will not take it from you.
yes, like
Good.
your father's used to coming and going as he pleases. You just got these powers. You didn't earn the right to just walk in and out of my life. Like, you come home or you call me. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry. And it's just, that's a very genuine thing. And he actually,
that's it.
he brings her in for a hug. He's like, I know Dad's gone. Like, see, you do feel something, Mom.
Yeah, well, she mentions the time he was gone for like 6 months.
Yeah.
It's his birthday. It's almost like he has a job where he like has to travel or something.
Yeah.
He's not around a
Right,
lot.
exactly.
You never
Well,
know.
he's
Or he's like in the military or something.
Yeah. Mark has had exclusive lunch with Samantha at school like 4 times in a row in this book.
Does she not have any other friends?
No.
So she was just eating alone before this?
I guess, and he never noticed. It never comes up. But
It'd be fitting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I do like it because, everyone in school assumes that they're banging. Because of course.
Right, because they're eating lunch together every day.
Every day,
For like
and-
3 days.
And we know Mark has at least one friend, William. But Samantha, nobody. William. Don't you remember
Don't you remember
William?
William from the front of the
He
book?
shows up later more often, but right
Okay.
now it's just, we established very early in the book, Mark has a friend named William. William bothers me too, and we'll get into him in a little while.
Okay.
William has nothing wrong with him. He's a good guy. I don't mean any disrespect, but he has this thing, and this thing is a thing that gets in my craw, and it's a thing that real people do.
Oh, like the
and
robot?
Robots are scum. But William is just a jackass.
I see.
So anyway,
In a
Mark
different way.
and Samantha are actually in the same physics class together.
They're in a class together. How did he not recognize her before?
He's really unobservant.
Yeah. All right.
He's the world's worst detective.
yeah.
He commits some incredible cardinal sins in the nerd community. Chief among them, when you first meet him, he's dropping a deuce while reading a comic book. You don't bring your comics into the bathroom.
Yeah.
There's too many variables in there.
Anything could happen.
First of all,
Do you not read in the bathroom?
I read in the bathroom. That's why there are magazines there. My comic books are collector's items that need to be preserved and protected.
Yeah.
What about a book?
Yeah, the bathroom is where Wizard magazine goes.
That's
'cause
what
it's
Wizard
garbage.
is. 'Cause it can, in a pinch, become toilet paper.
Do you-
My comic books do not.
But you bring your phone to the bathroom.
The phone, it's a new development, all right? We're talking about periodicals in the bathroom. That's an age-old
You're not
tradition.
saving your phone for posterity.
That's right.
Plus, phones are way less likely to get damaged than these flimsy pages.
Right. Splashing water and crap particles? No!
Don't be a Mark.
So, yeah, Mark doesn't recognize beautiful redheads in his own class
Yep.
that have no friends or attachments, and he brings his comics into the can.
No, I
Mark's
get
a
why he
fucking
doesn't know.
moron.
Freaking idiot, he loves robots!
She eats lunch
He loves
alone.
the
She
robot
doesn't have
now?
friends.
I'm just saying, he's
He doesn't have a
tolerant of
problem
it.
with him,
He's
and it's so
tolerant of the
weird.
robot. That's a problem for
No,
me.
but Samantha makes sense. She eats alone.
She sits
has
behind
no,
him. He doesn't.
She has no friends.
He only has tunnel vision.
She works on having people not notice her.
Yes.
It makes sense
Yeah.
that he didn't know who
Well,
she
and
was.
he's like
She
all
doesn't wear a
into
mask
like
as a hero.
getting his powers.
Yes.
Like at the start of the book, he's like clearly obsessed with when he's going to get his powers. So
Yes.
maybe he's just so wrapped up in that.
I mean, listen. When I was a teenager, I very much had tunnel vision 24/7 on any given subject at any given point in time.
right.
So absolutely. Also, she has to, like Ben said, like protect her identity and
Right,
hide
so
it.
she's not
So she
trying to
doesn't wear a
be-
mask as a superhero.
Right.
So Mr. Hiles is doing God knows what, he's talking about physics and crap, and Mark is trying to talk to Samantha about like stuff
About the
about the case.
yeah.
And Mr. Hiles is like, "Hey, you two may be banging, but please keep it out of my classroom." And everyone's like, "Whoa, we're right! High five, Mr. Hiles!" And he goes, "She's my friend, man." And he's like, "Sure."
I don't care.
No, he does care. He's like, "You're both beautiful and popular," like, "Meh." And he's like, "Okie dokie." And then the bell rings, and he's like,
So he's blowing the kids up.
"Yeah, he's blowing the kids up. Yeah, he's the villain."
Yeah.
Because we didn't set up a villain earlier in the book. We got to do it now.
We're wasting time on this character for no reason.
Yeah, like why do we care about Mr. Hiles caring so much about these people? So Robot is ensconced with another superhero adventure, and he calls Samantha on the phone, and he's like, while I am fighting other bad guys, I have immediately deduced the villain that you guys are looking for is Mr. Hiles, and you should just go to his house and like arrest him. When I'm done with you, I'm going to call
him?
Well, just keep him busy because when I'm done with you, I'm going to call the police and send them to his house. Here is his address. And they're like, okay.
Sweet.
Wow, you're so advanced.
He was
but
a
you
jerk
can't make
anyway.
2 calls at once, Robot?
Yeah, what the hell, Robot? Can't you make multiple calls? Isn't your super computer brain able to balance 2 friggin' phone calls at once?
I would, but your primitive cellular networks do not allow it.
Well, maybe you should make a new network then. How about your 10G?
I'm working on it. It won't be ready for another 10 minutes.
So,
Oh, God, I hate you!
so Mark and Samantha are like, to the dumpster. And they run over, and they're going to run in there, and there are people actually making out in there. And they're like, wait your turn, Mark and Samantha. You guys are always making out.
We've literally never made out.
It's true.
This is so weird.
We're just friends. Stop it. Why does everyone want us to get together?
Samantha's like, I have a boyfriend whose name is Axel.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Well, Samantha, everyone already thinks we're fucking.
Might as well,
Might as
seal the
well,
deal
you
here.
know.
Come on.
Oh, saying
Our
is you got a
reputation's
duck on
already
your shirt.
destroyed.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
The sanctity of a relationship is gone. So then they spring into action after school. They go to deal with Mr. Hiles. They're in their superhero costumes, and he's like, wow, look at that. 2 real deal superheroes. So Samantha, why don't you come? And she's like, how'd you know it was me? He's like, you don't wear a mask.
What do you
He's
mean?
like the
how did
only
I
person
know?
in this book who's paid attention.
Yeah. Oh, I should also mention that Robot figured it out because Robot essentially was like, what's the correlation of all these children in this school? And like, there's no one with criminal records, but there is one person in the school who like used to work for the government and made explosive devices and like could possibly make them. He's like, it's like, I'm not 100%, but I am 99.4% sure
Right.
that it's Mr. Hiles. So
Most
just,
probable.
just lean on him and he'll probably admit it.
Yep.
That's enough.
So they go there, and one of the other kids who was popular named Derek is already being strung up, like he's already outfitted with a bomb.
Oh, jeez.
And he's like, well, come on in, I'll explain my master plan. And so they go in, and he's like, yeah,
I guess
so,
we should monologue now.
Yep, and his monologue is essentially, my son was not popular and he killed himself, and it's because of people like you who are like beautiful and popular. And so like,
And constantly banging.
yeah, and so I'm going to, like, he's like, my revenge is taking popular kids in my school and blowing up places that popular kids
Like
go
the mall.
to. Like the mall
Oh
and the
my
arcade.
God.
You know, the malt shop and the hardware store. But in any case,
Oh, and the hop.
yeah, and the
Yeah,
hop,
the
yeah.
hop.
You girls on your roller skates and your big greasy burgers and your drive-in movies. So it essentially says like I've declared war on like popular teenage.
I've declared war on fun.
Yeah.
That's why I became a teacher.
Yeah, you should have moved to that town in Footloose. Just helped out John Lithgow. What's your problem, asshole? But he's like, well, it's all over, and I've already set myself up with another bomb, and I'm gonna like my revenge will have to be also including killing 2 superheroes. And Mark's like, I've heard enough, and he just grabs him and flies him to the beginning of the book. And he's like, you know, you really wrecked my afternoon. Throw. And he just dies. And he's like,
I'm
oh,
glad
there
you
go.
put on this explosive vest. This really makes it convenient for me.
Yeah, I don't have to kill you,
Yep. I don't know how to disarm
and
it.
I can't possibly save you.
And I have to throw you into the air to save everyone around you from being blown up. So
Yeah.
like,
And you
thanks.
deserve it. So
Yeah.
goodbye.
This worked out pretty well.
Yeah. No complaints here. So Hiles dies. Invincible's first great supervillain, his physics teacher.
Yeah. Dispatched very easily.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not even dispatched by Mark's hand.
Yeah. No, by himself. I mean, Mark used his powers to get him away.
Yeah. He didn't
so
really
that he
try
couldn't
to
take anybody
save
else
him.
out.
No.
That's it.
He did, well, yeah. Well, it's like it was like attached.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
it probably
actually-
would have gone off if he tried to
Oh, yeah.
take it off.
But Derek
Does
now
that
has
mean
to.
Derek is gonna die?
No, they fix it.
Well, Derek, he wasn't armed yet.
Yeah.
There's no like clock on it.
But he does have it attached to himself. So like Derek will have this like weird robot torso for the rest of his life.
What?
Yeah.
It replaced his torso?
Or it like fused onto it.
Oh.
And like, it's not gonna explode, but if you try and take it off, it might.
Yeah, maybe. Or he like made it so intricate with the rest of his physiology that like to do it would to kill him.
Okay.
Yeah. So Derek comes to school the next day.
You have to keep your heartbeat up. If it drops below 110 beats
no.
per minute,
You'll blow up the school.
you'll blow up. It's Crank, but high school.
I like that happened to Crank.
Yeah.
Like, this just keeps.
Crank
became like Crank, high school reunion. Anyway, Mark and Samantha meet up, and he's like, "Whew, that was wacky,
Ooh, yeah.
crazy."
Well, he's
adventure."
dead.
Yeah, well, he's dead. I mean, basically, that. You could pretty much sum up a lot of Invincible chapters with that.
Yep.
Well, he's dead. So Mark comes home, and he's like, "Hey, is Dad home yet?" And his mom's like, "No." And then Mark goes to his room, and then Dad shows up. He's got this big long beard,
Oh,
and he's like, "I need to shave." And then she just starts crying and says, like, "Thank God."
Aww.
And they have dinner together, and she's like, "So how were your days?" And Mark gives the plot of his adventure.
Yep.
And then Dad gives the plot to his adventure, and then Mom goes, "That's nice. Who's ready for dessert?" Well, I'm ready to retreat back into myself.
Yep.
Well, everything's back to normal.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go back to my soul-crushing loneliness.
We'll be
I'm just reading his adventure here. It's very like by the numbers. Like
What does it say, Ethan?
he's enslaved by an army for an alternate dimension. They had control of his powers. Time passed slower there. He led a revolt against his captors.
Yeah, I think
A
that's
team of
actually,
scientists from the rebellion figured out how to send him
it's like
home.
an episode of TNG. I think Riker is captured by the like Cardassians or something.
Yeah, it's
The same goddamn thing. I've seen it 1,000 times.
Yep.
We were summed up in one panel.
yep. One speech bubble in one panel.
Yeah. So Mark is at home. He's in his room. He's doing his physics homework, presumably with a new teacher. And Mark's dad calls him up and he's like, "Son, I'm dealing with something really important. You got to go into space." And he's like, "There's an alien that's coming to space. That's coming to Earth's atmosphere.
Okay.
You got to go there and you got to punch him. He's gonna be there in like 12 minutes. So put on your costume and go punch him."
Well, what are
he's
you
like,
going to be doing?
"I'm doing something more important."
Oh.
And he's like, "Okay,
Gotta punch him.
yeah, just kick his
one
ass.
ti- I
Just
see.
kick his ass and he'll leave."
Punch him in the face until he leaves.
This guy's a jerk.
Yeah, he's a jerk. He's coming. Just
Okay.
trust me. He goes, "Oh, and tell your mother I want steaks tonight because if I win whatever I'm doing right now, I'm gonna want to celebrate." And she's like, "Okay," and he's like, "Okay." So then he like puts on his costume and he like climbs at the window. He's like, "Hey, Mom, Dad wants steaks tonight." Then he goes into space, and this one-eyed
Well,
alien
I'll just
shows
throw
up.
the dinner I'm making out in the garbage.
Yeah, well,
So-
I'm glad I practiced dinner.
He just flies up into space.
Yes. Well, he goes, "I can't go into space." What do we? He goes, "You can hold your breath. I can hold my breath for like a week or something. You just try it.
But how's he gonna find an alien in space?
Just
Space is
go-
enormous.
Just go outside Earth's door and he'll be there."
No, Ethan.
What? What if he
just
said,
go up.
just go to Texas? Texas is way smaller than space.
Yeah.
And yet you couldn't just find one guy there.
I mean, you could find just one guy, not
I-
a specific guy.
I guess if it wasn't going to be like in a straight line from Mark's house to that area of space, his dad would have specified, "Go to the southern hemisphere."
oh,
and
so
go
this
like-
guy just happens to be directly above their house?
He's not, but it doesn't matter. So Mark goes into space, and there's this one-eyed alien. He's like, "Ha ha, punch!" And Mark's like, "Oh, there you are."
Well, so he gets punched first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Punch him back.
Because he's just waiting.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the one-eyed alien shows up, and he's like, "Ha ha, there he is, punch."
I'm glad Earthworm Jim is in the book.
Or Leela.
That's Alan.
Alan?
Alan the alien.
Oh, he's a character?
He becomes a character.
Okay.
Well, so
And we see his thoughts and
Does
stuff.
he become Mark's friend?
yeah. Yeah, so Alan the alien's a telepath, so they can have a conversation in space.
Okay.
And
Oh,
he's
so
like,
he's like John.
yes. Yeah. So
'Cause he's an alien and he can speak telepathically.
so Alan and Invincible fight, but Invincible keeps like talking to him. He's like, "So you're an alien? Wow, that's neat. Like, what do you want?" And Alan's just like, "So you're a talker, huh? That's neat. Your predecessor was much less of a talker. He just wanted to kick the crap out of me."
Predecessor.
Yeah, he's thinking
his
about
dad.
Omni-Man.
Oh, okay.
And he goes, "Well, I gotta," and he goes, "Wait a minute." So then Invincible's like, wait a second. And he flies back to Earth, takes another big breath, and he goes back into space. Like, okay, we're back. And while he's doing that, he like leverages Alan to the moon. He's like, boom, and he knocks him onto the surface of the moon. And he's like, "Okay, let's go." So they fight a little bit more, and Mark goes, wait, stop. What are you doing? It's like, what do you want?
Yeah, why are you here?
Right. And he goes, "Oh, no one's asked me that before." "Well, I'm here from presumably the Galactic Federation of Planets, like, and my job is I have to come here every like so often to my assigned planet to see if each planet has a protector, and to test their metal to see if they are prepared."
Oh. Okay.
And Mark's like, what are you doing? Like, well, well, why would you come to Earth? And he goes, what's Earth? And he goes, where you are. And he's like, this isn't Urath? And he's like, no, man. And he goes, oh, shit.
I love that look. The pupil just, mink.
I've been coming to the wrong planet for like 10 years. I wonder what Urath is doing right now.
It's just on fire.
You're like, oh, hey, I gotta go. But
I'm probably fired.
right, but it seems like you're good, right? You kicked my butt a
Yeah,
little
we
bit.
did okay.
We did okay. All right, well, thanks for talking to me.
You know, there's way more people here. It's not just me. There's other
Right,
protectors.
but like I'm the only one who came out.
Right.
Okay, well, bye.
You're different than that mustachioed man who always punches me.
Yeah, who just kicks the shit out of me with no conversation whatsoever. So he goes, okay, well, bye, and he flies away. And Mark's like, what the hell was that all about?
He called himself a champion evaluation officer.
It's his job. He goes to each planet and he's like, okay, you're the champion.
Send up the champion.
Send out the champion. I'll fight him and see if he's ready to protect the Earth or whatever, your Earth.
So his dad just gave him this job that he didn't want to do.
Yes.
Because it was like stupid.
Not this guy again.
It's always, there's no real danger. It's like giving your child a job at the factory. You're not going to put him in the plant. You're going to put him behind a desk. Like, do that job.
Okay.
I want you to organize these files alphabetically.
Can you do that for me, son? Before the end of the day?
Okay. I did a third of them and then I read a book.
Okay.
Well, that's more than I would have done.
Well, it's getting more done than ever before. So Mark joins his parents for dinner. And, he goes, well, what happened? He goes, well, apparently, the guy's been coming to the wrong planet for the last, however long. He's just been kicking his ass for no reason. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, so I told him where to go, and he left. And he won't be coming back ever again.
He seemed pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm getting the idea that Omni-Man is not very good at this.
What are you talking about?
He's
He
winging
always
it?
wins.
I mean, most of the time, he's just kicking the shit out of things. That's what he does.
I see they're having steak.
Yeah.
She had plenty of time to get it. So, and I guess he won.
Yeah.
So then, they have dinner, and it's funny because Mark's mom is like, you don't talk your problems away. Like, Mark's actually doing a pretty good job. And he's like, beginner's luck. So then Mark goes to bed, and he's like, oh, thank God. And then he sees his physics homework, and he's like, and then he stays up and does his physics homework.
What? Like a responsible...
What?
No, I have to
Students?
pass my test. I have to
Yes,
graduate.
Yeah, he has to
It's
graduate.
important.
He's not like Spider-Man in Homecoming where he's like, I don't have to go to college, I'm Spider-Man.
Oh my God.
Yep.
What?
This might be the most wholesome thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, Mark and Dad playing catch.
Around the world.
Yes. So Nolan and Mark are playing catch around the world. It's adorable. Mark is actually going to tour the local university that he wants to go to. He's bringing William. They're going to make a day of it.
Okay.
A whole day where Nolan has nothing to do
Now.
and Mark's been out of the house. So Nolan just fucks Mark's mom all day.
Oh, nice.
He's like, ho, and he just super speeds her into bed. And they bang all the time.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's healthy.
Right. It's nice. There's a couple of horny teenagers just getting,
Yeah.
hey, we got the house to ourselves. Ho ho.
Careful, I'll impregnate you again. We'll have another weird kid.
So far, it's going pretty well.
Yeah. He's very well adjusted.
Yeah. So William and Mark go to the school. Nolan is indisposed. Oh, and Robot, it's a goddamn robot, has been invited to join the Guardians of whatever the
Guardians
fuck.
of the Globe.
Thank you. The Guardians of the Globe. He's been invited to join the Justice League.
Oh.
They're like, you're better than those teenagers. You're done being a nursemaid. Come
Right.
join the team. And he's like,
You
I am
solved the mystery of the school
the blowing
bomber.
up children. Of the exploding children.
Sounds like you're ready.
Yeah. Well, he's been ready for some time.
I like
Right.
that. The mystery of the exploding children.
Yeah.
Well, I see a little bit about what you're talking about here. He says, yes, Rex, with my numerous superior skills, I have no doubt I will be granted full membership. Yeah, he's a little
Presumptuous.
full of himself. Yeah.
So anyway, we meet up with someone totally different. This affluent African-American man named Samson and his butler, Sanford.
So Batman.
Yeah, Batman. But it's not Batman because there is a Batman in this universe, and it's not him. But it's seemingly Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a guy with a butler. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And he's sitting in a dark room.
I know.
He's sitting in the dark.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's like brooding.
By the
Yeah.
way, so Samson he was a hero. He lost his powers.
They didn't cut off his hair.
I don't know what the situation was with him,
Oh.
but he lost his powers, and he was a member of the Guardians of the Globe, and because he had no powers, he had to leave the team.
Yeah.
And now there's room for robots.
Yeah, and and Samson is going through power withdrawal.
Okay, what does that mean?
It's
Is he
probably
getting,
emotional.
night
He's
sweats
upset.
and
Well, no, he's just like he's freaking out
he's like throwing up.
Like, what do I do?
because he has no powers.
Right.
So and the costume designer
the
is working
shakes.
on his suit, like a new suit for him to
Yeah.
like have like powers and stuff. And he's like, "Is it ready?" And they're like, "No, it's gonna be 2 days." He goes, 2 days without superpowers. When you have superpowers, is like an eternity.
Oh.
I'm freaking out.
Uh-oh.
And it's like I find that interesting. Like I guess it's like if you have like power and you become kind of like accustomed / addicted to it.
Yeah, he's like an addict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's a little
that's,
dark. This is the first like kind of dark.
Yeah, dark.
thing, other than the students getting blown up. which is
Right.
pretty
Yeah.
dark.
But like within the superhero community.
Other than
Yeah.
the kids being blown up.
Yeah.
It's been pretty fun
Yeah.
swashbuckling adventure. So William and Mark are having a tour.
Yeah.
And each person that they meet asks for their names, and they say, "So, can I call you Will?" And he says, "No, you have to call me William." And he does that multiple times, and each person goes,
That's weird.
Okay.
"Do I really?" And he's like, "Yeah,
That is my name.
that's right." And in fact, like there's a student there who's like giving them a tour, and he goes, "You ready to go, Billy?" And he goes, "It's William." And he goes, "Oh." And he goes, "Sorry." He goes, "You don't have to apologize." And he goes, "That's not how it felt."
Okay.
And they're like,
Is that a thing?
the
What?
thing is, William is like, "My name is William. I don't need a nickname. If I was given that name, I should be called it."
He's like that for no reason?
Yes.
Should I also be calling you by your last name too? William.
No.
What's your name?
Your name is Mark. It is short for nothing.
Oh yeah, they have a whole conversation about it.
Yeah, we waste an entire page where William defends the fact that his name is
Does
William.
that come up again? Or
No.
That's just Kirkman like
Is it Kirkman
doing
being like,
a weird
"No,
thing?
my name is Robert Kirkman, not Bob, not Bobby,
That's really what
not
it seems
Robbie.
like.
It's Robert."
It's weird.
It could be that. I don't know. I will say this. I've never heard him referred to by any other name. So it could be a thing where he's like, "Here's my mantra about names. I'm gonna
Okay,
put that
Kirk.
in the book." I'd take that. I mean, But yeah, William.
Okay.
He's just an insufferable douche nozzle
He's
about it.
just really annoying.
He's just really annoying.
Does
What's frustrating is
Mark ever reference it?
William's. Well, no, Mark is like, I mean, like maybe you could ease up on it, and he's like, "Why?" And he's like,
Why should I use up on it? They're the ones that suck.
"That's right.
William, you've been my friend now for like 3 years.
Maybe, maybe that's why, like,
See, that's the weird thing is that Mark doesn't already realize this. Like he didn't try and call him something. And
No,
no one's like, Bobby's like, don't
it's
call
like
him
he
that.
just noticed
Right,
it.
His name's William. Don't
it's something that would have absolutely come up.
Yeah.
There's no way it wouldn't have come up,
Yeah.
especially in high school where the teachers care even less. Like, no. Anyway, so then the school's attacked by a cyborg.
Sweet.
And,
Oh, it's like creepy one with like a
skeleton in it.
Oh, sweet,
skeleton
it's
mouth.
Judge Death.
Yeah. All right.
So Mark changes into his Invincible costume and, just beats the crap out of the cyborg.
Someone
and,
different is drawing these pages.
Oh,
it looks
yes. Yeah, we switch artists.
like. Okay.
Yeah, so William is like, "Wow, Mark, why didn't you tell me you were invincible?" it's obviously you.
Yeah.
You disappeared, and then a guy with your entire face and build just showed up and saved the day.
Yeah.
Shut up, Will.
Shut up, Billy, you fucking douche. So, Mark goes home, and he arrives at home while his
Why
dad.
does it stink like sex in here?
No, his dad is in mid-thrust when he gets out of the car. His dad's like, "Oh, was that the car door?" Phew! And then when he opens the door, his parents are sitting on the couch, like watching TV, but his mom's shirt's on backwards, and he's like, ew! And he's like, ha 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 ha. So then they go to meet up with the tailor, and he's like, I've got bad news. That suit that I was making for Samson was stolen, and it's like super powerful.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the suit gave Samson his powers.
Is that related to the cyborg?
You know,
or...
like Charlie Brown's back.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it.
No, it's not related.
Okay.
Sometimes cyborgs.
Okay. Sometimes a cyborg attack.
Meanwhile, Samantha, in her Adam Eve costume, goes to the headquarters, and when she gets there, she sees something that she does not like.
Oh.
It actually causes her to like kind of collapse in horror.
Oh, is it Axel?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's being serviced by multiple duplicates.
Oh. I thought it was
Really?
just like she doesn't like him.
Oh, I thought that was a joke you were telling.
it's Rex. She's banging him. Remember?
Yeah, it's her
Rex.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Why did I think it was Axel?
I don't know, but you kept saying it, so I just went with it.
That's funny. So, like, the robot leaves, and now...
Now it's all gone to the wolves.
Going to shit.
Well, more like it's been happening the whole time,
Well,
and Robot
yeah.
didn't give a shit because he's just a robot.
Right. Yeah, so she flies out. What was she? Was she just going to go hang out?
Yeah, I think so. She has no friends.
Right.
Nothing to do. Maybe she's looking for a
She
boyfriend.
shows up like the lights are out and everything. She's like, hello.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But you don't see that, so you don't know until
No,
later.
you're like, what? What made her collapse?
What? Why is she crying?
Being
I think
cheated on.
someone's dead.
Yeah, no.
Right?
So Invincible like finally has a chance to sleep in, which he does. All that happens.
Yeah,
all
he
throughout the
mentioned
city.
before that he was really tired.
Yeah. So he just sleeps. And then we meet the Guardians of the Globe.
Oh,
First
yay.
scene, Batman scene. Batman. Next scene, there's a Flash character. Girl, you know, 3 different adventures. Flash is in the team.
Yep.
Next one,
Oh.
Wonder Woman, but she's gay. Wonder Woman. What happens in them? Who gives a shit?
Gotcha.
You know, like
Oh my God, it's Big Barda.
No,
that's Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she definitely dressed like Big Bar.
Yeah.
It's like Wonder
It's
Woman
like
and
a
Big
cross.
Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that adventure, by the way, like, you know, her mother, the queen of the Amazons or whatever, sends like a ancient guardian to bring her home, like back to their private island, and you know they say no, and she fights it.
Okay, so he's making up
Yeah.
cool stuff. You know,
but-
it's like a
Batman-
derivation of
Yeah.
what we know.
Oh my God.
There's a fish man. He's the ruler of his fish realm, and he's just sleeping in his chair.
And
then
he looks
gets,
like a fish.
Oh,
It's-
each one of them, by the way, gets a summons.
Ah.
Each one's like, come to the Guardians of the Globe. There's an emergency. It's like Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Fishman. Meanwhile, Green Lantern, literally that. Green Lantern and Martian Manhunter allegories
Yeah.
show up. They're fighting like Brainiac in space, and they don't like each other because like they hate each other.
They're both green.
They're both green and they're both stupid, and they're like, okay, let's leave. They beat the bad guy, and then they land, and then they get a summons, and they have to leave. The gross thing about like the Green Lantern character is he has to swallow a jewel to get his Green Lantern powers, and he has to regurgitate it up when he friggin'.
That's gross.
Yep, it's just like ah ha ha. That's the most like the boys it gets for me, where I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God, it's just like it.
It's like the thing you know, but gross and horrible.
yeah.
Except he's not a monster, hopefully.
No, he's
Okay.
just a guy.
Yeah.
And of course,
He's like, it's better than the alternative.
the Superman character, Immortal Man,
Ah.
who's literally he can't die.
Wait, so
There's
Captain
Omni-Man,
Omni-Man or whatever is
Omni-Man.
Omni-Man is not?
the leader of the Guardians of the Globe. No, they already have an Omni-Man. His name's Immortal Man.
Yeah, he's Superman.
He has the same
Or he's
powers,
more
I guess.
Zod.
He looks like Zod.
He does look like Zod, but he's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He's immortal.
Right.
He's like Vandal Savage plus Zod plus Superman.
Is he kind of like Omni-Man if he was like a little bit smarter?
I guess.
Does he have laser vision?
He's from Earth though.
Oh, okay.
It's just that he can't die.
Gotcha.
Like he can fly and he's strong and he can't die.
Okay.
That's literally it. Well, he hasn't died yet.
Right.
Let's put it that way.
Right.
Also, there's an implication that like maybe Immortal Man was Abraham Lincoln at one point.
What? Okay.
Well, he's immortal.
Yeah, like
Why would I be the president?
Yeah, why not? I tried that out for a little while. I don't know. Or maybe like he got assassinated and then when he woke up, he
He was Immortal Man?
he was like, oh, I can't die.
I love that he says Rumpelstiltskin new to his secret base.
Yeah.
So they all go to the base and they're all like, okay, who called the secret meeting? And they're like, what are you talking about? Nobody called the secret meeting. And then they are all killed.
Oh.
Each and every single one of them dies. And Immortal Man's the last one standing. He's like, what's going on here? Who's doing that? And he goes, oh, it's you. I never liked you. And then his head pops off. And then Omni-Man goes, I never really liked you either.
What? Oh, shit.
And that is the shoe dropping on Invincible. You're like, oh shit.
Wow.
Omni-Man is a bad guy.
That was a lot of issues.
Oh, crap.
Yes.
Yeah, it took a long time to get there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming. So he is more powerful than all of
Oh,
them.
yes.
He is. He should have been the Superman.
That's why he's Omni-Man.
Well, they kept asking him to join, and he was like, no.
No, you're all dicks.
Because it's stupid.
Yeah, well, more than that. We'll talk about that in a
Okay,
minute.
he's
but,
got something else
yeah,
cooking.
yeah, he does.
Wow.
He does indeed.
Yeah, they don't even
No.
have a second.
So,
That's why I didn't bother.
Yeah.
Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman,
doesn't matter.
Aquaman, whatever. They'll die.
Yeah.
Boom. Done. Dead.
So the rest of the book is going to be, I assume, Invincible dealing with his dad as a supervillain.
Well, he probably doesn't find out right
Yeah,
away. Right?
not right away.
There's Savage Dragon.
Yeah, and Shadowhawk and Super Patriot. But yeah, so they have a funeral for the Guardians of the Globe. Whole Guardians of the Globe, they're all dead.
Yeah, wow.
And so, you know,
And it's not like they died in a big battle where
No,
everyone knew what
No, they
happened.
just showed up and they were dead.
that's right. And in horrific ways.
In a
Yeah.
secret base.
Yeah.
How did anyone find them?
Well, because they had connections with the Pentagon and stuff like that. I assume that like the cleaning crew showed up.
Right. Is this Rorschach?
It's another character that is being Rorschach. He even says Herm.
Yep.
They suspect that Black Samson, was the one who killed them because he stole the suit. And if they didn't make the big reveal, you might think that too. So Eve goes to Invincible's room,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And she's like, "I caught Rex hooking up with multiple duplicates at the same time. They were Dr. Manhattaning." She didn't say that.
Right. There's only one of me. How am I supposed to compete with that?
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh," and she like puts her head in his lap. She's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh," and then mom comes in. She's like, "What's going on here? Knock it off!
Oh, boy.
Stop it!"
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, jeez." And mom's like, "No hanky panky in my house." And it's like, "What are you talking about, you big hypocrite?"
Your shirt's still backwards.
That's what I would have said. Amazing. But he's like, "We're just friends," and she's like, "Stop! No one's buying it." So Mark and William are at school, and Amber gives Mark her number.
Whoa.
Why would she do that? And what context is this?
Right.
None.
Who's Amber?
She just walks by,
She's
hands
just hot,
him the thing,
gives him a note,
and
he's
keeps
like,
on walking. She's like,
Wow.
what?
What?
If this was a TV show, there'd be like sexy music playing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right.
I assume she's like a popular girl in school because they're both blown away by
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
guess.
They react like they're in a 90s movie.
Yeah.
Did that just happen?
Oh my God.
We're two nerds in school, and the most popular girl came up and talked to us.
Yeah.
Time slowed, music played.
Yeah. So anyway, you know.
You know, just talking.
Yeah, Sam talks to Mark with William there. They both are like, you know, well, good luck with your thing, the thing you have to do tonight, Mark. And Sam's like, yeah, you too, what? And they both look at each other like, do we know that he's invincible? And then leave. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, geez, I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But, like, don't worry, tension's thwarted very
Oh,
quickly.
I assumed like he had to call Amber.
He does have to call Amber.
Yeah.
That's his thing tonight.
Well, no, his thing
No,
is
it's the funeral.
He's go to the funeral.
Yeah.
And, you know, Omni-Man has the, you know, he gives a eulogy at the funeral. Invincible fights not the rhino, the elephant.
The elephant. Yep.
And,
That's fun.
you know, and after he assassinated the Guardians, he's super distant, like with his wife and with Mark, and he keeps trying to talk to Mark. Like he keeps trying to be like, Mark, we have to talk, and Mark's like, no, I don't want to talk to you.
I gotta go fight Elephant Man.
I gotta go do other things. And so yeah.
Does he know that something's up with his dad?
No. He has no. He's
He's
no
just like,
idea.
I don't want to talk about sex or whatever.
That's it. He eventually tries to corner his son. He's like, Dad, or he eventually tries to corner his son. He's like, we have to talk. He's like, Mom put you up to this, didn't he? We're not banging, okay? Like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to feel uncomfortable right now. Just leave me alone. It's like. So at the funeral, there's a big superhero fight because.
There has to be.
Because they're all suspicious.
There are all these superheroes over there.
Yes, because Sanford, Samson's butler, stole the suit. He was really mad at the Guardians of the Globe for not, like, helping him out. Like, they knew he was in pain and he lost his powers. They did nothing to help him.
He's there on behalf of Samson.
Yes, and
Like,
Sam's like,
my master needed. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
what a
you
good
took my
butler
suit.
does
What are
it.
you
Yeah,
doing?
you stole my suit, and now you're fighting in my name. And he's just like, yeah, I have to vaporize their bodies because like I didn't kill them, but they deserved worse.
Wow.
You don't understand, sir. You deserve the best.
Yeah, that's literally it. And then like Samson's gonna go visit him in jail, and he's gonna be like, I'm gonna make some arrangements to have you move to a better to a better facility. He's like, okay.
And like you can come back and cook once a week because I really miss your sandwiches.
Because well, I'm not gonna make them myself. So Omni-Man punched him in the face, and that's the end of that. He doesn't like blow his head up though, because like that's not what's happening.
Yeah.
And so that's it. Like Samson is like, oh my beloved butler, what have you done? But I guess also gets the suit because he eventually joins.
So
Yeah,
that
right.
also kind of makes everyone think that like, oh, Sanford killed
the Guardians.
Guardians of the Globe.
Yeah. Really kind of throws Omni-Man off, throws everybody off of Omni-Man's scent.
Yeah. But he does say they can't be dead, not until I've had my revenge. So
Yes.
if they were listening to him,
Right, but I would assume he
suspect-
meant like they can't be dead. Like I may have killed them, but I didn't like ruin them. Like I didn't like.
that's not what I would think.
Yeah.
I would think he's mad that he didn't get to kill them
Right.
first.
Right. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
Either
he's a
way.
lunatic.
Right. Well, who can believe anything he says?
Yeah. Clearly, he's responsible.
Right. So Mark reads the note, and it says like, "Call me, I'm Amber."
Oh, okay.
So he does, obviously.
I'm secretly
there's her
Rex.
name.
Yes.
What?
I'm trying to bang everybody on the team.
Samantha goes back to the headquarters, and she's like, she sees like robots working with one of the duplicates, and Rex is making out with the other duplicate, and she's like,
Yep.
"This is horse shit." And she quits the team.
That-
And then, yeah.
Okay.
So then William visits Mark at night. And
Okay.
he's like, "Come on, man, you got to do it. You got to help me out." And he's like, "Okay."
Oh, I thought it was like you got to take me flying.
Yeah, that's it. And so he picks
Yeah.
up William and he flies away. He's like, "Yay!" And he says, "This is so gay."
But that's great.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
His lungs don't like implode from it.
No, they're just flying around.
Thank God.
Yeah, he doesn't.
And William has this look on his face, like, "Yeah, it's happening." I'm like, I would not be that excited. I'd be like, I would want to be that excited, but like, if Ben were flying me around, I'd be like, "This is a little degrading."
Wait, how is he flying him around? Is he holding him?
He's holding,
He's holding him like he's a damsel.
Okay.
Like, wee!
Yeah.
I'd be like, I mean, it's fun, but I would need it to be utilitarian. Like, hey, let's go to let's go to Key West. Fly me there.
We're going somewhere. We're not just flying for fun.
No, I don't. I just
We're flying
zip
somewhere
around
because
for
it's the only way
fun.
for
what
me
the
to
hell
get
kind
there.
of fun is that? Yeah.
Well, it's amazing. Yeah, I can see that.
Right? No, yeah. Like, hey,
No, for this to work, you'd have to create a harness.
like
No.
a baby artist.
No.
I just ride off of your tummy, like, woo!
I have to hang below you. There are straps.
Yes.
This way
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
close.
Yeah. It's no touching.
You're flying like this. I can also fly like this and pretend.
Yeah, that way villains can think that I have powers to just kill me indiscriminately. So,
Oh, good. Grave robbers.
oh yeah. Derek goes to Hiles's grave, which is now at Arlington Cemetery because some
Oh.
of his old like Pentagon buddies like arranged like some things to like get him put there.
Yeah.
Okay. Even
And
though he
then-
was a jerk.
Yeah. And then he pees on his grave. And while that's
Nice.
happening, some grave robbers are trying to dig up the Immortal Man because they're like, oh,
He can't be dead.
we heard if we drink from his skull, we could like become immortal. So
Oh.
they dig up his grave, and then the Blue Twins show up and they're like, "Thanks for digging up his grave. We needed him. Ha ha!" And then they take his body. And
Hey, can we drink out of his skull first before you do?
he has no
Murder.
There's no skull. They just put his head. Like what they did was they kept the head with the body and they put them both together. So and they didn't degrade or anything. So the blue dudes stick him into a Frankensteinian table and they put like a harness on him to attach his head back to his body, but with like inhibitors so that he'll like listen to them and do what they want. And that's,
Yeah, but he's gonna give away that like Omni-Man killed him, right?
it just doesn't work, and like he's just back to life.
Oh.
So, meanwhile, Star Trek happens, and they bump into Alan.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Alan.
Yeah,
back in the
Alan
book.
saves them because like their computer was faulty or something like that.
They were about to fall into the sun.
Yeah.
Clearly, they are not champions.
No.
That's
No.
funny.
I have found you wanting.
There's a data character called Download. There's a Geordie. Yep.
Yep.
And there's a bald guy who's supposed to be Picard.
Har har
Yeah, he's
har.
Picard, and I guess this is
Troy.
Oh, there's Riker on the
She,
right.
she doesn't get any lines, so
Nope.
we don't know.
Well, that seems par for the course.
Was that Worf in the back?
Yeah, it's
Oh, no,
Worf.
she does mention he has strong telepathic abilities.
Well,
There
she
you
would
go.
know.
Yep.
I'm sensing hostility.
Oh, and there's a Riker.
Yeah.
Yep, and
But
a
no,
Worf.
so he goes like, "Hey, well there you go, everybody. Anyway, I gotta go to Earth, for real this time."
Oh, all
And he
right.
flies away. Meanwhile, it's Mark's birthday, and Mark has a fun time with William, and then William goes home, and then Mark and his dad watch Night of the Living Dead together.
I watched Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead, I'm sorry. Oh,
All right.
damn it. We have a scene where Omni-Man is sitting on the top of Mount Everest, and he's like he's rehearsing the conversation he's going to have with Mark.
About how he
So
killed
when you-
everyone in the Guardians of the Globe?
No, I assume it's like when you like a woman.
No,
No.
it's not the sex talk. It's the I'm evil talk. So, yeah.
That's an important
All right.
talk.
I know. It's a talk every father has to have with their son.
Speaking of which, I've been meaning to talk to you for a while.
Oh, you're my father?
No.
Oh, good. Because that would be very weird. So, Mark and Samantha are going to go out on patrol.
Oh.
And he's like, oh, do you want to go? But she's like, just because I'm not a member of the team anymore doesn't mean I don't go on patrol. Come on.
Okay.
So the two of them scurry off into the dumpster. The janitor's like, oh no! Samantha and Mark are going to be banging again! So he runs over there and goes, oh, are you perverts? And then, they're gone. So they have an adventure where they fight, the Invincible equivalent of the Serpent Society. and then, the teen heroes show up. And they're like, hey, Invincible, they're doing tryouts for the Guardians of the Globe. We're all going to try out. You want to come? And Invincible's like,
Tryouts? Who's holding it? They're all dead.
no. But there are 1,000 superheroes.
But that's my point.
Yeah, we're creating
the
a new
entire
team.
team was dead.
Robot
we're
is holding tryouts.
Yeah, Robot's the leader of
got
the
put in
team
charge
now.
by the government. Yeah.
I bet that just gets you, Sal. I bet you just hate him.
You're seeing a robot in charge
That
of
was
something?
his whole problem the whole time, was that he knew Robot was going to put in charge.
Just saying.
Couldn't articulate it
Robot
'cause
rubbed me
you
the
don't
wrong
wanna-
way, okay? Anyway, so Invincible's
They're supposed
like,
to be our servants, not the other way around.
it's not about subservience or about roles.
A robot in charge is preferred.
It's about his attitude, all right? He's a dick. So,
Yeah, he acts like he deserves it.
no, he acts like he's above you. So Invincible...
Because he is.
No, he's not, because he's built by
He's
humans.
just saying he's got very
How do
good
you know
skills.
it's built
It's
by
just
humans? Maybe it was built by robots.
he's just
I actually
confident.
know his origins, and I don't want to get into it. But the point is, Invincible is like, I don't want to join, but I will come to see it, because that sounds like a crazy shit show.
Okay.
And Adam
And it
Eve,
looks like one.
Yeah, and Adam Eve is like, "Boo, robot! You were aware of the bullshit."
No, you didn't tell
And he's
me.
like, "Get over it." No patience for it.
It's another reason you don't like him, because you're Team Samantha.
I am Team Samantha.
And Robot was
As
a
well,
douche.
we all should be. Screw Amber. So,
Wait, Amber?
yeah, the other girl. We want Mark and Samantha to get together, not Amber, this rando who shows up. Because who's she? He's
I
no
don't think
character.
Robot
We
has
haven't
any
gotten into her yet.
Yeah, we don't know anything about her, and Robot
Mark's
doesn't
not.
care about her.
Anyway.
Robot's not Team Amber.
Robot's not Team anybody, okay? So Invincible and
But
Robot
you're telling me
are-
robots team Guardians of the Globe.
Yeah. So anyway, we see everybody. Rex is definitely going to be auditioning for this team. And he's
Of
just a
course.
dick. So then we meet a few new characters. One of them is a little girl. Rex gives her a hard time. He's like, hey, sweetie, isn't there an age requirement? And she's like, okay. And then she turns into a big monster. She's Monster
Nice.
Girl.
Okay.
She was cursed. It's like an enchanted curse.
Oh.
Yeah, there's magic in this universe too.
Yeah.
So there's a big superhero fight at the superhero auditions.
Yes.
He does punch out Monster Girl and stops her. She transforms. She's like, okay.
Well, it's because she was gonna trash the whole scene, right?
Yeah, she lost.
She was gonna wreck everybody.
Right.
Yeah, she was trashing that scene.
So
You're on the team, Monster Girl.
she is. They form a new team, and the team is basically like Monster Girl, Rex, Black Samson
Okay.
with his
power suit.
He's got to wash the butler smell out of it, but he becomes another member of the team. Hey, founding member of the New Guardians.
Yeah.
And he probably hangs out there because they provide lunch, right? Because I can't eat at home.
I don't have a servant anymore. Duplicate obviously joins the team because Rex is on the team.
They got a danger room.
They do have a danger room. That's
cool.
Well, it's like a
Believe
training
Duplicate's
room.
there.
Yeah,
I know.
Duplicate.
And,
Wow.
and a guy named Shrinking Ray.
Wait, she has a number 1 on her.
Because she's one of
To
them.
let you know
Right.
which one is.
Does each one get a subsequent number?
I guess if she duplicates
Because
them,
if they all showed up with 1, that'd be hilarious.
that'd be very weird. Very complicated.
Yeah.
So
Friggin' Rex gets on the team. He's Rexplode. He must what? Energy
explode,
explodes out
yeah.
of him?
Oh, he's Cannonball.
yeah,
Or he's Havoc. I don't know.
he's neither. He just makes explosions. It's like Jubilee.
Okay.
So Mark is talking to his mom at dinner, and he's like, "Oh, Amber's gonna come over. We're gonna study together." She goes, "Well, don't be screwing around." And he's like, "All right, Mom. I'm not. We're just friends." She goes, "You really like to say that." And then Samantha goes to Mark's room. Maybe she's gonna make her move.
Yeah.
But Mark's already making a move with Amber
With
right
Amber.
now. And she's
Oh,
like,
see?
"Oh." So she leaves.
should have snapped him up quicker.
I agree. So the Blue Twins, they resurrect their mortal man. And when he wakes up, he's just like, no! Damn it, Omni-Man, why'd you kill me? And he just leaves, and they're like, oh,
shit.
that didn't work. They're out of the story for now.
Oh, he came back to life and he just wanted to do his own thing. I thought he was
Yes!
going to be like a servant to us for some
Kinda
reason.
Like that? Like they're just really bad at it. I mean, they were robbing a Toys R Us for like complicated electronics, and it's like,
Oh, they were trying to control him with like a thing. And it didn't work.
Yeah,
yeah.
as Simon says.
there is nothing at the
Simon.
Toys R Us. Well, there's nothing at Toys R Us right now, but there was nothing at Toys R Us then either that had any complicated electronics enough to be able to control men's minds.
Well, a character
I
did
beg your
remark
pardon,
on how
there
powerful
used to be creepy
the
crawlers.
The creepy crawlers is it's basically an oven. Or
It
a
is
hot
an
plate.
oven. It's not even
a
an
hot
oven.
plate.
It's a hot light bulb.
Yes,
in
it's
a
a bulb.
chamber.
Invincible has a fun battle with a villain who cares, and you know, he gets accolades, and he's like, oh, this is kind of fun. I'm doing okay.
I'm doing all right. I'm making out with girls.
Yeah, and you know, Dad tries to tell him like, "Hey, well, I'm evil," and he doesn't want to hear it, so he leaves. And Mark is talking to William, and
Does his mom know
No.
that Nolan's evil?
nope, has no idea.
Okay.
Nope, she's just as clueless.
Because I would get then why she's kind of emotionally dead
Yeah, like I
inside.
have to kind of disconnect myself because I know that like I'm like one of his concubines at this
It's
point.
like a
is that-
mob wife.
Right.
Like
That'd
I
be-
can't ever
That
cross
would be
him.
cool, and that's very Ennis. But
Yeah.
it ain't Kirkman.
No.
And that's not what this is.
All right.
So yeah, so you know, Invincible's gonna go get some of his comic books. He's gonna go to the store at the mall,
Okay.
and William, you know, refuses to go because he's like, I don't want to look like more of a geek. And William's like, and Mark goes, well, between the two of us, I'm hooking up with Amber, so you know, maybe comics are good for you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're also a superhero, man.
yeah.
Does Amber explain
No.
why she's suddenly into him?
No.
Maybe it's just she recognized his confidence.
I
that
think
he's
that's what it
walking around
was.
with.
I mean, that's certainly, that's what we can assume
Yeah.
or infer.
Amber saw him push the bully into the locker on the
Oh,
first
yeah.
day, and she's just been building up the courage to talk to
There
him.
you
hated that
go.
guy.
Yeah.
Way to go.
So there's
He's
a
like
scene,
Calvin Klein.
yes, Twin Pines Mall. Ho, ho.
He's an absolute dream.
Yes. Invincible is at the mall where Mark is, and he finds out that like the guy who invented Science Dog is signing comics.
Oh boy.
he's
All
like,
right.
oh
He
shit.
gets to meet his hero.
Yeah.
I love Science Dog.
Yeah. So he's like, oh shit. And he just like, whoop, and he comes back with all of his comics, and he gets in line, and he's like getting them signed by Bendis.
That's a dick move. You don't bring all your comics.
I know. I agree.
Yeah, he's got the
Too
whole
many books.
box.
Well, he says, hey, do you mind? And he goes, no, I'm here all day. So he signs them all, and he's like, hey, like, how do you get these books out so fast? And he goes, oh, well, sometimes I'll just, like, reuse panels, and it saves a whole bunch of time. And he goes, isn't that kind of cheap?
Same panel, same panel, same panel.
And then his,
No.
not really.
Okay.
Aha, little dig at what we're doing in this book, and at Bendis. Nah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Omni-Man's fighting a giant chicken monster from Akira, and
It's
I
Oh,
beg your
look.
pardon. That's almost a squid monster from Watchmen.
yeah, but it's also got a beak and it goes scream.
Well,
I
yeah.
think it goes,
Octopuses and squids have.
Well, here it clearly goes rah.
yeah, it's literally a
Oh my
chicken
God,
monster.
It's a
What?
chicken monster.
with opposable
octopus
digits and
legs.
octopus legs. It is a
It's just
man's
a mess.
torso. That is
I just saw weird tentacles.
okay. It's definitely Lovecrafting because I looked into its maw and I lost my mind.
Look at the eyes. These are hideous.
I know, I hate it, but it's so
It's
intricate.
awful. Yeah. All right.
So Omni-Man beats the crap out of it,
Sure.
And then makes dinner out of it.
and then
Oh.
Immortal Man shows up. He's like, "Why'd you kill everybody? What's your problem?"
Oh no.
And he's like, "I don't know how you friggin' got back to life, but
I'm Immortal Man!
Yeah, see?
Well, I didn't bother to learn how your powers work." So meanwhile, Mom's watching the news. April O'Neil's there for Channel 6 News. And,
Yep.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
And she's like, she's watching now like, Immortal Man attacked Omni-Man. We have no idea why. And she's like, oh, like that's sad.
Why
Weird.
would he do that?
Also, isn't he dead? What the hell?
Yeah, why would he attack Omni-Man?
I know. She has no idea. Remember, she's out of it.
Yeah.
So, you know, they fight in the sky, and he's just like, I'll kill you. I killed you once. I can kill you all over again. He goes, you're welcome to try. And he just blasts his fist into his torso, like rips him in half. And then Mark is there, and he's like, Dad, what the hell are you doing?
Oh shit.
Son, we have to talk.
I am a bad person.
Yeah.
Holy crap, he's like covered in blood.
Oh, yeah, no, he's just a disaster. And so he goes, okay, so let me explain to you the origin story that I told you when you were 7, because now you're old enough to hear it.
Right. I kind of stretched the truth.
When we all found out how like powerful and like awesome we were, we slaughtered all of the weakest members of our society and then decided to extend our influence throughout the known universe. And so any universes, any planets that don't want to work with us, we massacre. And we send basically a police force to each planet that we conquer.
Oh my god.
And Earth wasn't prepared. We didn't know how prepared Earth was.
We assumed because they looked like us that they would be as powerful as us.
He didn't even assume anything. He was assigned to Earth, so he goes to Earth. Everything is exactly as he said, but fucked up.
Right.
And when he goes to Earth, it's true that he did fight monsters and stuff and was surprised by how, defenseless Earth was. But he was also surprised by how many other things were going on in that planet.
And how hot your mom was.
Bingo. And he's like, so and he's like, listen, I'm immortal. Or the equivalent thereof.
Right, I'm practically immortal.
By the time your mom dies, I will have lived barely a day in the scope of my lifetime. So, I don't really have that much of an attachment to your mom.
Right.
I needed her to make a baby that would be part of the Viltrumite Empire.
Why didn't he bang another
Viltrumite
person of his...
Who says he didn't?
Oh. So why did he need
he just
to go to Earth?
It was part of his mission.
She's my side piece.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a wife back on Viltrumite, but
Nice.
still. So, but the longer he stayed on Earth, the more distracted he became from his mission, which is prepare Earth for the Viltrumites to invade and take over and absorb.
Right.
And his job was literally to go to Earth and prepare the masses for its invaders.
For slaughter.
Right.
Prepare them for the oncoming armada.
Oh, he's also defending the Earth from other invaders so that they can't invade before his people invade.
Yes, because now that the Viltrumites have spread throughout the galaxy, that coalition that Alan's a part of, that coalition to protect people is from the Viltrumites.
Oh,
that's amazing.
And the reason why he's headed to Earth is so he can warn his friend Invincible, because he just got word that there is a Viltrumite on Earth.
Oops.
He's like, you gotta watch out!
Too
Earth
late.
is on the no-fly zone because they've already heard there's a Viltrumite there.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
But now that Invincible is of age and is going to be part of the race.
The Viltrumite race?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like, I have to remember what my job is, which was weaken Earth's defenses and prepare it for invasion. So I had to set out to kill anyone who would be defending Earth.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to
So
kill
I'm still
your
doing
friends
my
now.
job.
Yeah, so he slaughtered the Guardians, and he'll probably slaughter the other rest of the
new
Guardians.
ones, yeah.
And he's like, and you gotta join me. And Mark's like, no, I'm not gonna friggin' do that. Are you crazy? I'm from here.
Right.
These are my people. And he's like, no, they're not though.
You're Viltrumite.
Yeah, you will.
You fly.
You fly. You're super strong, and you live long. Everyone you have a connection with will be dead in a shorter amount of time than you think.
Right.
You won't recognize what a mistake you've made, and then you'll have to live with it. Well, I'll kill you.
Son, just wait until your mustache grows in, okay? Then you'll get it.
Once your mustache comes in, then everything will become clear.
Oh boy.
And so he's just like, no, I'm not going to do that. I know where I stand. And he's like, okay. So then they fight.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. And they have a knockdown, drag-out fight. And, Omni-Man's stronger than him.
Yeah, yeah.
So he just, beats the ever-living shit out of his son.
Yeah.
And, he's just like...
weird.
And he's like, Dad... he's trying to reach him. He's like,
Yeah.
Dad, you love Mom. You love me. And he goes, no, I don't love your mom. Your mom's like a pet.
Yeah. He's like, I'm fond of her.
I think she's cool, and I'm accustomed to her.
Yeah.
She makes me dinner.
Right, and she
Right.
makes me babies.
But I'm not going to stop my whole plan.
Just for her. She's not worth it.
Yeah. I got to
She'll-
think about my entire race of people.
And, my life, which is way longer.
yeah.
The whole quasi-immortality thing is another, big deal for him. I think it's kind of funny, because, you literally have another character named Immortal Man who is not an asshole despot. Who literally has immortality and and did not go nuts about it.
Right.
No, he was a good guy.
Yeah,
But Immortal Man apparently came from Earth.
right. So he's from here. He has no reason. Well, but my point is, he didn't become he's like, well, clearly because I can't die, I should rule. He serves. He protects.
Yes, but he's only one person. This was a whole race of people who were just like, well,
That's
when
what
we
we
found
do.
out we were super powerful and lived long, we slaughtered the weak, and now we're going to take over the rest.
That's right. That's right.
It's mob mentality.
Yeah. So they fight, and and the more horrible things his dad says, the more like fired up but sloppy Mark gets.
Yeah.
And he's just beating the shit out of him. And every time he like gets a breath, he's like, "Are you ready?"
Right.
He's like, "No, I'm not."
Right.
And he's like, "What do you think this is? Like, why are you doing this?" And Mark's like, "Because this is my home. These are my people. I will stop you. You're bad. And I won't stop. And I know you love Mom.
Right.
Like, I know that you're full of shit." And he's just wrecked. At this point, like they're in a mountain, and Mark's just bloodied and bruised and in a fetal position. He's just like,
yeah, all your friends will die way before you do anyway.
Yep.
So why are you worried about that?
right.
Yeah.
And Mark just is obstinate.
Right.
He's just like, "I would still save you if you were in my position." And then Omni-Man just turns around and flies into space crying. And you won't see him for a while. But the whole thing was on camera.
Right.
And you know how like Omni-Man has the ear of Cecil over at the Pentagon?
Yeah.
Well, he also has like a two-way radio thing. And so they have a recording of everything that he said.
So he just totally blew his cover.
Yes.
I guess he doesn't care.
And
Well, he was so emotional over his son.
yeah. So
We
Cecil
didn't expect Mortal Man to come back.
Well, yeah,
and
Mortal
blow
Man
everything up.
Yeah.
ruined everything. Yeah.
So Cecil plays the tape for Mom, and she's
Oof.
a disaster.
Yep.
Um,
Effed up.
Mark is in the hospital for like weeks.
Yeah.
William and Samantha become close, of course.
Oh, well. there
And
you go.
Cecil gives the spiel when Mark wakes up. He's like, "Your dad was like working with me. We fed him information. He saved the day for us, and in return, we like paid his bills and gave him a house and to put, we're gonna put you through school. So he's gone.
So
You're
we need you
here.
to pick up the slack.
You're his replacement and our protector from him if and when he ever comes back."
Right.
And he's like,
Everything
"Okay,
kinda
I'm in."
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that doesn't change for Mark. Mark is still in the same position he was. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm going to protect you guys from my dad.
Right, but
I
you
have
want to pay me to do it? Okay, all the better, as long as you protect Mom.
Right.
And Robot has a meeting with his liaison, who's like, "You didn't do anything like to predict this, to protect us. You're ill-equipped. Your team sucks, and like I can't see this as anything but a total disaster. So like you're on like secret probation here. You got to make a better team."
Robot house!
So Robot's like,
Robot team.
it's like, "Oh, okay, I see how it is.
Oh, sure, pick on the robot.
Just because I have no soul
And I cannot cry.
and I'm kind of condescending."
Oil.
It looks like Robot's setting up the new base in the old base.
Yeah.
Like he's just using the team
Yeah,
base.
most of the team is those
That's
two
true, it's-
anyway,
yeah,
so why not?
yeah.
I mean, all their little lockers are there.
That's kind of weird, Robot, that we had all these auditions with all these superheroes,
And you just picked the people you worked with
like
all the
half of the team was people you already worked with,
Yeah,
and the other half of the team probably would have been, but they wouldn't do it.
right.
It was the most logical. Their stuff was already here.
Was Robot? Are you familiar with the word nepotism?
Listen, there's a reason why it's still here. So Cecil gives Mark the spiel. He agrees, and then so Alan shows back up. He's like, "Hey, Invincible, you gotta watch out. I think there's a Viltrumite living on Earth." And he's like, "Yeah, I know." And he's like, "Well, you know? Oh, what are we gonna do about this?" And he's like, he gives him the whole thing. He tells him about his dad. And he's like, "Oh, that's messed up, man. That is messed up."
Alan doesn't attack Mark
No.
for being his son, right?
No.
Okay, good.
No, they're all reasonable people.
Yeah.
I mean, even Omni-Man is reasonable, where he's just like, "I gotta fight him," and he's just like, "Dad, I love you," and he's like, "Ah!" Like he doesn't just go like, "Well, I don't care."
Right.
I mean, it's pretty unreal.
I love you, Brian!
his spiel about Mom is, I think, quasi unrealistic because I don't think it's true. But he keeps saying it, and it's enough to get, it's enough for the reader to turn on him.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he killed a bunch of characters we care about, so
Right.
whatever.
Right.
So in the reader's eyes, like, yeah, he did something terrible, but like, who cares? He killed a bunch of characters. I don't.
So they ripped Immortal Man in half.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Is he still alive?
Do they put him back together again?
They show him on like laying down on a slab.
Yeah.
With shit. On
Yeah,
him.
they're patching
fixing
back-
him up.
Yeah, they're fixing him back up.
Yeah.
Now, what I would do is I would like put a bomb in Mark while he was under the knife, and then make Immortal Man the defender of the earth. But whatever, because
because you can't trust him because his dad was a.
If I were as suspicious as this Nick Fury character, yeah, I would.
No.
So, so Mark.
I mean, he heard the conversation. He's like, "That sounded pretty authentic."
Yeah.
Oh, that was all an act.
Right. You took a real beating. That was not fake.
For Earth.
Yeah,
and you just found out about it, so like, why would you have any loyalty to the Viltrumites?
Yeah, right?
You were raised on Earth as an Earthling.
Exactly. So that's it. And then, and Alan's like, "What are you gonna do?" And Mark's like, "I guess I'll try to finish high school." That's the end of the
I still
story.
have to pass physics.
Yeah.
Let's get a new
fun.
teacher.
Right? Yeah, they rolled back the curriculum.
What is this?
Oh.
Is that Rocket Man?
No, that's his name is Ariel themed. I don't remember what it's called. There's like a vulture type character who fights Omni-Man earlier in the story.
Oh.
And
He gets thrown into space or something?
he's like, "Aha, Omni-Man! You didn't count on me. I have leukemia, and I'm going to die. So I'm going to blow us all up using like radiation." And Omni-Man's like, "Fuck you!" He just throws him into space. No.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's like, well, if you're going to die anyway,
Right.
consider
Well,
it
because-
euthanasia.
Because space is like 100 square meters. He runs into him when he's going up to meet Alan.
I guess he's just in lower orbit or something. It's like it just coincidentally happened to coincide with Alan's arrival.
Okay.
I am not going to defend it. It's just
So this is kind of weird because like they're setting up this like love triangle thing, kind of. Except we barely know who Amber is.
Yes.
We've literally seen her in like 2 panels.
Uh-huh.
There's no. The relationship consists of no dialogue.
yes. And
do they build on that later?
yeah, Amber becomes Mark's girlfriend, and
Okay.
Samantha is hopelessly in love with Mark while also hooking up with William.
What?
Oh yeah, they
Well,
get together.
yeah, they're clearly.
I remember you saying that, but like she's
clearly-
in love with Mark.
Well,
Yeah.
it's-
but hooks up with
She
William.
can't be with Mark. She's being
Yeah.
realistic. It's like Mark's with Amber right now.
Yeah.
So I'll wait. There's actually a scene later in where Mark deals with like the Guardians of the Globe from the future and meets like
Oh.
an older Adam Eve.
Oh.
And she like after the adventure, she sets him aside and she goes, "You have to tell younger me that you're not going to get together with me because I'm still in love with you and I can't live my life like this."
Oh wow.
So there you have it. Invincible.
Yikes.
Yeah, I don't know how much of the movie or show they'll do. I assume this will be the run.
Like season 1.
I think it's gonna
This.
end with his dad flying into space.
Yeah.
Well, season 1, yeah.
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 Or if it's a movie, like that's where you end it.
Yeah. Then you can do the sequel.
Yeah, exactly. I don't remember if it's a movie or a show. It doesn't matter. But the point is, like, I think this will be the adaptation because, like, there's so much that, like, if it's animated, just goes by.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
or could be cut
Yeah.
very quickly and easily.
Yeah.
It's a very simple story.
Yep. But
It's-
but
but
not
fun.
without its fun
It's
twists and
funny.
turns.
This is a big book, but you're
Yes.
right. It really did move.
Yeah, it reads fast, and like I think you guys would dig it.
Yeah.
I think it's
Seems
a fun story, and I like how like it lulls you in. You think like, oh, I see where this is going. What?
Whoa.
And the Omni-Man thing, if you know it beforehand, you see it coming.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, he's so perfect. But like if you
Yeah.
don't, it's a pretty cool reveal.
Yeah.
It's very
That
much
was very shocking.
Yeah, it was very shocking. It's like it's that moment where it's the turn where you're like, oh, that's the shit. Because if you're reading this book and you're like,
What is the point of all this?
The adventure. So the story is like, if you have powers, your life is way better.
Yeah. Yeah. That seems. It's like, why am I reading this?
Like the chronicling of things that totally go fine.
Yep. It's a generic superhero story, except no one has any problems.
Because that's more realistic.
Yeah. Okay, that's fun for like a few issues.
Yep.
But why am I gonna keep
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Stakes. Yeah.
And it's not like bullshit stakes.
No.
Right. Plus, you got the fun subplot with Robot leading his separate team.
Oh shit!
What's
gonna
gonna happen with
Robot?
that?
Invincible. Check it out. It's in the description below this video, as I mentioned at the top of the show. And of course, thank you very much for your donation to help out comics and everything. We do appreciate it. And I think we got a really fun episode out of the deal.
Yeah,
I was
definitely.
surprised.
Plus, we're
I
getting
enjoyed
an
it.
animated project, so hopefully they'll tie in. And this will do just as well as any Batman book. So that'll be fun, hopefully. So we'll see you guys next week with an all new episode. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
So long.
I got nothing. I got
Yeah.
another
Right?
little
No,
quick-
I got no zinger.
Yeah.
That's fine.